Presenting our first ever charity tournament, the YGG Managers Cup. Watch your favorite guilds battle it out for a cause. Every other Sunday. Premieres October 31st, 10 p.m. SGT. We are YGG.
Si Vint, I'm from Valenzuela City. Pero dito sa Cabanatuan City, ito yung hometown ko. Nung nag-16 years old ako, lumipat kami sa Valenzuela City. Doon na din ako nag-aral, nag-high school. Then 2021, nung nag-start yung AXI, nag-start ako maging scholar sa YGG nung June 3. Medyo nakaipon ako ng konti. Nag-decide ako bumalik dito sa Cabanatuan City yan para mag-business. Doon yan yung mga naipon. Yung iba, binili ko ng mga gamit, motorcycle, bike, sa pamamagitan ng SLP. Dito, nangungupahan ako kasama yung kapatid ko. Hi guys, welcome. Ito yung store ko. Tara, pasok tayo. I started this store last month, November 9, 2021. Sana mas tumagal pa and magkaroon pa ng ibang branch sa ibang lugar. So, itong motor na ginagamit ko pang motovlogging, thankful ako sa motor ko na to kasi nakakapunta ako sa mga ibang lugar. While I motovlogging, gusto ko talaga yung ginagawa ko, yung mag-share ng konting blessings sa ibang tao kasi naranasan ko talaga before, once a day lang kumain, mga chichirya is inuulam namin. Nafe-feel ko yung nararamdaman ng ibang tao, especially mga needy. So, yan. Before, contractual lang ako, 6 months. 6 months. Actually, naka-8 trabaho na ako eh. Dahil sa AXI, yung taon talaga na to yung pinaka-maganda nangyari sa buhay ko. Purpose ko din naman is hindi lang kumita. Then matulungan ko din yung ibang tao na naghahanap ng employment. Kaya aside from clothing, meron din akong mga food stall. Bala ko din maglagay soon sa mga ibang barangay ng stalls. Part talaga ng motivation ko yung buhay ko dati. Kasi yun, di mo alam kung saan ka kukuha ng pangkain mo kasi wala ka naman magandang trabaho. So hanggat nabubuhay ka, masipag ka lang kasi balang araw. And yun, with the help of the Lord, by prayers, I know na someday magiging successful tayo. Most important is yung time natin. Basta maging masipag ka lang kahit ano man yung work mo, kahit nasa ang field ka man, para mas maging better in future natin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Luis. I'm the country manager of YGG Pilipinas, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the YGG Managers Cup. With the YMC, we wanted to highlight the game superstars, the managers. These are the people who help all of you become better players and even teach you how to become better earners in Axie Infinity. The rules of the YMC are simple. YMC is live every other Sunday night. Each match will feature just 2 guilds, and each of those guilds will be represented by their very best 3 players. 1 player from each side will play a best-of-3 match, and whoever loses is knocked out. The winning player will stay and is challenged by the next player from the opposing guild. This continues until all of the players from one of the guilds are eliminated. Every tournament round will feature 2 new guilds, and we'll be running this series all the way through to summer of next year. Now, instead of awarding prize money for this tournament series, we've decided to actually use it to help other people also. We're going to be donating all of the sponsorship money that we raised to charities right here in the Philippines. I can't say enough how excited I am to be able to watch these matches with all of you, and I hope that you'll join us for the entire first season of YMC and cheer for your favorite guilds and your favorite managers. And with that, HFGL Axie fam, see you all in Lunasia. Bye.
Presenting the YGG Managers Cup. Loot Squad versus MTTM.
208 goes for the all-out shot down to 126 self-damage, but I think this is it. This is it for Brocyon.
That's it.
Oof.
Ooh.
Really didn't do anything, but I mean, at the very least, you know, he switched it up. He has his mech instead of his hot butt plant this time around.
What's going on with Nash? He hasn't played any cards at all.
Might be disconnected, so.
Yeah, but here's the thing, double shut off. So now Nash can only use his zero cost and the hair. Okay. This is big, actually. Brocyon can probably bring, I think Brocyon's got it here. Yep, the draw was right in his favor. Yep, 1-1. Ooh, GG, well played, Brocyon.
Wow.
Oh, Nash is going to go for it. He's just going to kill it. It's over. GG.
This is it.
GG Nash.
This is it.
Bring in the dub. Just didn't show. Right, yeah. Ooh, so close, actually. The brick wall was almost there. Oh, if this crits, though? Oh, no, it's not enough. So close.
V2. A bit of shield right
don't
for
think it's
Albo.
possible.
Going in with the egg bomb, but the double fear, he's gonna be missing. He's gonna be missing. Down to 15 HP. Down to 15 HP.
And the zero cost. Jeez, McGeezy. Oh, only 3 cards drawn from the... Oh, this is interesting. He has enough brick wall to survive this. But now at this point, there's almost no chance that he doesn't draw all his cards next round. And there's no way that Kerr's going to be able to survive it.
And he does have the energy as well.
Yeah, he's going to be able to take this, I believe.
This is going to be
Yeah, here we go. GG.
It is.
That's it.
A big GG's.
Well played. McGeezy with the 3-man.
Loot Squad takes the win and will be moving on to the next round. This.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yeah, good day to everyone, and welcome back to the YGG Managers Cup. Once again, my name is John Tadano, Community Marketing Manager for Yield Guild Games, and tonight we have a very special guest, my co-host and shoutcaster for tonight, the one and only KYROH. What's up, man?
What's good, everybody? Yo, the graphics that were done, like all the transitions and everything done for this is really, really professional and good. And man, watching that recap video, those Yield Guild white hats are very clean. I low-key kind of want one. I'm not gonna
Right? But yeah, I mean, totally agree, dude. You know, like only the best, you know, content, especially for the best players in the whole scene,
you guys
man.
balled out. For real,
Thanks.
like, it's really nice.
We try. But I mean, you know, tonight is a very special episode because it is actually like the last episode for round 1. So we've been here since Halloween of last year. And it's been going on for 4 months, every other Sunday. You know, we want to feature, you know, the best players, the best teams, the best managers, the best scholars, and of course the best content creators, you know, in the ecosystem. But yeah, speaking of, you know, the best content creators, man, welcome to KYROH and SuperWhale, of course. So, man, it's really good to have you here, and thank you for accepting the invitation, of course. And yeah, man, so why don't you go ahead and tell us about SuperWhale and your brand as well?
Sure, man. Yeah, so SuperWhale, we started actually like not too long ago. I was just like streaming one day, and I had some of the original SuperWhale guys hit me up, and we talked it out. I decided to join them, and then we ended up going around to some of the other guys that I'd known in the community that had started to make a name for themselves through the more esports side of things, and we ended up like making a whole esports branch that like Sleet and Spam now head, and they run with that. And we've been focusing on a lot of stuff. We want to make like a really great content guild while also having a strong esports side and showing. So we love participating in tournaments like this, and I really love like the MO that you guys are going for with the Managers Cup. I really think that in the next one you guys do, you should make sure that it's only chop suey axes that can be used. That way you're gonna see the real skill come out. But yeah, no, I love this, man.
I don't know. Yeah, dude, I totally agree, man. Like, we've actually been talking about it. So our head of esports, Mike, he came from Blizzard with a Hearthstone program, and you know, we've been working together and trying to, you know, just develop, you know, something really, really spicy for the community, like something that, you know, is not usually done, and you know, just to shake things up a bit. But I totally agree. Like, it would be really cool if we get a, you know, draft like the, you know, the weirdest axes like in the world,
Right.
like put
We
all
need
the
that.
in the pool, and then, you know, I mean, you know, just to make it exciting,
that.
and we're gonna get, this is where we get to test, you know, the proficiency and theory crafting of all, you know, the best players in the whole community. But I mean, yeah, speaking of the best players, so I'm gonna be jumping on real quick to our brackets and to show everyone at home, for especially for those who just, you know, join in tonight and is watching for the first time. So let's go.
Yeah,
So-
shout out everybody that's tuning in and watching the stream, man. Thank you guys for coming through.
Awesome. Yeah, so we have actually tonight we have SuperWhale and YGG Elite going up against each other, and whoever wins will be fighting Loot Squad in the second round. So that's gonna be together with Axie Alerts PH, Levox Esports, Got Skills, Axie GG, Meditate, Axie Global, and you know, it's gonna be one hell of a ride for everyone
Yeah.
here.
This bottom side of the bracket is kind of a gauntlet. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's been quite challenging actually to lock in all of, you know, like the best guilds and, you know, the best up and coming superstars in the scene, just because, you know, this like Axie Infinity, the esports scene has been super duper busy, like tournament after tournament, you know, league after league, and you know, I mean, it might just be me, but I think, you know, it's just getting even more competitive as the days come by. Like,
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, with everybody, I mean, it's actually crazy over the last 6 months how much I have seen the competitiveness in the game change. Because like when I first joined, people really weren't doing that much like out there breeding. People weren't trying to make like specific builds and break the metas. A lot of people were still breeding the original like 4 comps that were used like the most. People were still heavily breeding like Bird Beast Plant, especially like Rimps. Like Rimps were like Rimps and Aquas were such a large part of the population of Axies. And then over the past, like I would say 4 months, as a lot of people have started to get a lot more serious about breeding. We've seen metas shift like every like couple weeks. To be
Yeah,
quite
for sure.
honest, so.
For sure. I mean, yeah, speaking of, you know, meta shifts, I think it's in tournaments like the Managers Cup where, you know, we see the craziest stuff happening. Like the best of the best, you know, tries to, you know, get crazy once in a while, throw in some crazy lineups and show us, you know, just, you know, I don't know, like a bit of surprise, you know, tricks out of the hat and such. But yeah, I mean, speaking of, you know, the players that we have tonight, we have Dissy and Spam and Rice. So they're going to be the first players who are going to play. And the way it works,
First game.
right? So I don't know what these guys are thinking, but you know, I mean, it's definitely up to their strategy. And the way it's gonna work is whoever wins this best of 3 will be challenging the next competitor that the losing team will be deciding to go up against the previous winner. So in this case, if Dissy loses, it's gonna be up to Yield Guild Elite to YGG Elite to pick if it's Big Gabby or El Momo, who will be going up against Spam and Rice.
So I think this format is super interesting because I think that it is incredible from the viewer perspective and probably terrible from the player perspective. I could not imagine not being the first one to play, sitting there waiting, wondering if I'm gonna play or not. Oh man! But from viewer perspective, I like this. This is like that old Street Fighter like Tekken vibe where you gotta like there's the possibility that you could reverse sweep and
exactly.
Like that. So I think that's really cool.
Exactly. I mean, not only have we had, you know, like sweeps where, you know, none of the players were able to play, but we've also had the craziest reverse sweeps. I mean, it's really exciting. Like, I totally agree. I mean, for us, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be one hell of a show, and especially for the ones at home, you know, who are on their toes, on their phones, like about to go to bed or just woke up on their way to work, and you know, like it just gets you hooked in. But I mean, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. And you know, not to mention like these players that we have tonight. So from our end, from YGG Elite, we have Dizzy, who is one of our first signs in the YGG esports team. When we officially launched, we saw this guy like trying to climb the leaderboards, like really cool, cool graphics on his stream, like really eloquent, a lot of information. So no, it was a no-brainer for us to sign him, and just snowballed into having El Momo and Big Abby, who are actually also participating in the Air 21 competition in Las Vegas. So they did qualify, and we are going to be seeing these two guys on one of the first and the biggest on-site tournaments. But I mean, enough about us, man. So tell us more about your team right there.
Yeah, I mean that's exciting, and shout out to your guys. Dizzy, like I agree, he's a great sign. Whenever I first learned about him, I didn't even know he was like super big into esports. I just thought he was a great streamer. So he's definitely started to build a good brand for himself. But as for our guys, we got Jiggy, Meat Value, and of course the infamous Spam and Rice. I think this first round is gonna be a crazy competitive match. Like Dizzy versus Spam, and they're both getting to use their whole pools. Like with the format of this game, we're gonna see some pretty interesting matches, I think. But yeah, so Spam has just like been absolutely killing the game, and actually I think it's like pretty undeniable that he's like the most watched like content creator on like live platforms as of lately, besides like maybe Facebook Live. I'm not familiar with Facebook Live like whatsoever. So, but like Spam came in and started flipping axes, and then got like kind of from what I have been told, he had people that were like kind of talking smack on him for they thought he was just like an axie flipper, and then he's like, all right, fine, then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get rank 1. And then he goes and climbs the leaderboard. So yeah, since then he's just been a leaderboard climber, a great streamer, and he's been playing in a lot of tournaments lately and performing really well. So definitely impressive. And personally, I'm ready to see Meat Value and Jiggy play, because I haven't ever had the chance to like cast any of their matches or watch over any of their matches. I only hear word of mouth from like Spam and Sleet on who they are and how good they are. So I'm excited to see personally.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I mean, big props to you guys for SuperWhale, and focusing on content creation. I think it comes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with having people who watch your streams, because at the end of the day, like knowledge is going to be the power, and it's really good to see everyone coming together, like watching these streams, and just using you guys as an example for those aspiring content creators and leaderboard climbers as well.
Thank you.
But
I was making this weird face if anybody was watching me, because we just started I just got the view of the game, and I'm excited for everybody to see these teams.
Let's go.
So everybody, let's get into the games here. So we have Dizzy versus Spam. We have Dizzy on the left side, we have Spam on the right, and this is two comps that I don't think I have personally seen.
I know, right?
Other than the maybe that reflectile in the back lane on Dizzy's side. That's a very, very common pick right now. I actually think that's like very good against Spam's Shrimp, but the team comp that is being played here from Spam is something that it looks very experimental to me.
Yeah.
I have not seen something like this. I mean, I've seen the people that troll with like 3 of the Rosebud yams in ranked, but never this. This is interesting. I'm excited to see how this plays out. So we got the 39 speed Reflectile here, literally perfect against anything that's faster than it. Luckily, though, Spam has double plant for him, so it's going to be pretty hard to get Kataro value out of that. But Dizzy does have this Rice Beast that does a ton of damage and is too slow for Kataro. And then an incredible plant with the double zero cost with Cattail and Disguise, so you have the energy gain and the double card draw from Bonetail and Cattail. So, like, super great comp all around. I think it is crazy interesting how people have moved from faster beasts. People used to only buy 45 speed plus beast, and now they're moving back towards 40 and 39 to avoid the Kataro damage, which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Is this reptile that we have for Dizzy in the backline, is this also the same reptile that you call a god reptile?
Yep, the Reflectile is I think the common name for it, because it's got the Bulwark, which reflects melee damage, and then Scaly Spoon, which reflects range damage. So it is pretty OP.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been seeing, this type of reptile in the previous seasons a lot, and then maybe in the past two, the kind of dwindled a bit. Not many people using it, and it's making actually a comeback, if I'm not mistaken. And you mentioned these beasts that are trying to dodge the Kotaro from the backline or from this reptile right here, and I don't know, like in the high elo matches, anything can happen. Anything can happen at the end of the day, even if he has all that reflect happening. Dude, it's still definitely gonna hurt for him and also for whoever's trying to break through. But I mean, at the end of the day, we have really two good lineups right here from both teams. I can't wait for this match to start. I can't wait to see this this Aqua Shrimp with a egg bomb in action later on. Two of the best players in my opinion, two in the whole ecosystem, and you guys are in for a show.
Definitely.
You guys are in for a show.
Definitely. Agreed. I'm excited to see how these moves get played out. It's gonna be an interesting game just because Dizzy's gonna have to try to avoid this double serious and the double yam.
Yeah.
So it's like if he saves, he gets his energy stolen, and if he attacks, he gets poisoned. And oh man, this is just this is gonna be an interesting game.
Talking about a brick wall, like they do have the double pumpkin also.
Right.
Don't forget about that. I mean,
That's okay. I mean, he's basically or Dizzy's gonna basically be relying on comboing this beast to get each plant out of the way. So he's essentially got like Spam's gonna try to rush through the front lane here. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, and so to do that, he just has to get to the beast before Dizzy can stack up two combos big enough to kill the plants. Because if Dizzy can get combos big enough to kill both of the plants, like that reptile is gonna destroy that Aqua in the backline. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
And here we go, dude. A triple healing aroma, a triple rosebud. Three cards like right up in front. He does have a double yam also. So quick defense happening right here for Spam Rice with the opportunity on that. But Dizzy pulling up two beast cards right here, a Sinister Strike and a Nitro Leap. He does have to get those combos in place though if he wants to break through the first two plans that we have right here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just super curious about who makes the first strike here because I think, well, I mean, so Spam didn't draw any of his seriouses here. So if Dizzy is like incredibly smart or just very lucky, he would save here, and we'll see. I'm curious on how this goes down. Like, who's gonna break through the front line first? Because this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, let's see Dizzy making a move here. And he's gonna not hit any of the poison stacks, so that's nice for him.
Oof, that's gonna hurt.
He doesn't finish off the kill here.
The cattail right there, dude. Oh no, like energy down from Dizzy. We have Spam and Rice going into round 4 with a 6 energy. A bit of an energy offset right here for Dizzy, but he did get Spam and Rice's plant down to 35. The question is, will he be hanging out any longer for the couple of rounds? But energy advantage can go a long way at this point in time.
I think it's going to be very curious as to what Spam draws here on that frontline plant. If he doesn't draw much, it's pretty dead, I would say. Okay, so it looks like Dizzy left the plant alive to try to split the draw.
Interesting. Double pass right here for both players. We are in round 4. We have to be careful because remember that this reflectile that you mentioned, KYROH, he does have pain waiting in on his tail. So,
right.
So yeah, one more round of both of them. Pretty interesting draws here.
I still just I really can't. I want to give the advantage to Dizzy based on just looking at the comps, but this is such a weird comp that Spam is running. I'm just so curious to see like how he tries to play around this.
I totally agree. Maybe he could have healed in the previous round since Dizzy did also make a pass on that. So, but I think, we're still waiting for some action right here from Spam and Rice's back line. It's only in this round where he completed the stacks. Going in for the egg bomb, trying to save the plant. There you go.
And he gets the energy steal with the rosebud. So this is
nice.
It's getting very, very interesting. Let's see if he draws anything on it again. I mean, that single egg bomb was a risk, but pretty smart by him, I think. And then we'll see if he just tries to offset those beast cards in any of these upcoming rounds. So I don't think he needs the. I mean, if you look, Dizzy has taken almost no damage thus far. So this is we're literally in round 5, and both players haven't lost their front line. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now we have, dude, there we have it. We have the back line of Spam and Rise going in for the shrimp with the jump. Going to be dealing some serious damage, 119, and then another 119, a triple 119, bringing Dissy's back line to 145 HP. Taking out Spam and Rise's front line on the card.
Oh, the crit.
Oof. Okay.
Okay, so the crit on the midliner, Spam loses his frontliner, but a ton of damage is done to that God Reflectile on the backline. Looks like Spam's actually going to lose his midliner too here. I think he was thinking that Dizzy was going to pass. He tries to go through the front here. I think he actually does with this. This is enough damage. Okay, so he gets through the front.
Mm-hmm.
He gets no energy stolen. They're both going on 2 energy in this next round. Spam does not kill here.
162. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Okay, now it's a 2v1 entering round 9. Okay, interesting. So he does finally... Oh, with a critical!
This kills him. This kills him. And so Dizzy goes up 1-0 in the first series. That is just such an interesting game that we just saw, if we're being quite honest. Like, there's a couple of crits there in the late game that I'm not sure if they made too much of a difference, but they may have. And then just seeing Spam get both of his plans get worked through to get to that Aqua. He was in a 1v3 and he had to 4-card that plant to just get to the beast. He was on 2 energy. Like, it was just pretty unfortunate for him right there. But a great game nonetheless.
Definitely. I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is how you see, the best players in action. It's not something that we see every day, but we actually reached round 9 for the first game, which is pretty interesting. Like, both teams, beautifully passing, a lot of energy conservation happening there. Great timing, in my opinion, for both of them. At the end of the day, we still have another game, which will be deciding if Dizzy if Dizzy will be eliminating Spam and Rice. So it's a best of 3 for everyone at home. So now Spam and Rice needs to win the next game to stay in action.
Right. And I love this format. I think it's a perfect casual viewing experience. Again, I think that it's got to be kind of stressful for the players, since you got unlimited pools essentially, and then also you got basically like 2 games to figure it out. And so it's like you got a lot of stress going on as a player to like make quick changes. Like I think we'll probably see something completely different out of both players, or you might see Dizzy stick with the same comp and then have Spam change his up, or you might have Dizzy change his up and Spam keep it. I mean, there's so many different ways they can go with this, not knowing what the pools are. So I kind of like it for a casual viewer experience. I think this is something that doesn't take as much like you don't have to think about what you're doing too much. It leaves a lot more open in the air. So I like that.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like, what we're trying to do here is create camaraderie between the pro players teams. Like, there's a lot of huddling going on, there's a lot of teamwork going on, and just makes it more exciting, and it's a lot of practice for especially going to the professional leagues. So
I think getting into these tournaments that are like going on in the adolescence of Axie esports is super important for anybody that wants to ingrain themselves in this ecosystem, because I mean, you're already seeing unreal prize pools for these tournaments that so many other games don't provide anything like this, especially on a game that doesn't require like a connection based a thing for the skill of the game, which is like, for people out there, it's such a big opportunity. And I think if you're getting involved in the adolescent stage of it, it's only going to be beneficial for you in the long run, because it like Axie esports is blowing up, guys. For sure. You don't want to miss out, especially with how cheap it is right now to get involved. Like,
yes, sir.
I mean, even just the ranked ladder. So
yeah, I mean, a funny story. So like the other day, I was on my personal Discord, and like we had like some mini event, and I decided to give out one of my plants, and it was really, really interesting to see, because I was really excited to give out this plant of mine. It was a pure breed with a branch charge, and zero breed with pure body parts, like one of my old scholar metas. And I was really excited to give it out, because I was like, you know what? So guys, we're gonna be doing a raffle, we're gonna be doing a giveaway, and then I asked one of my friends to actually check how much it was on the marketplace. Dude, dude, it was $40. It was
Yeah, man.
I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
no
I
freaking
mean,
way. I remember like these axes going for, I don't know, even like
Dude.
$1,000, man. Like it's crazy.
I know a lot of people focus on the stuff that the like meta breakers are using and making, like Spam, like Dizzy, like all these competitive players out there. They're all focused on the meta breaking stuff that is going to be priced up for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have 5+ scholars that are all over 22 to 2300 MMR.
Ooh, nice.
With like axes that I'm consistently buying for like 0.015 right now. I'm like
It's a
building
steal,
teams for
man.
under 0.05. Like that is such a steal for
Yeah.
2200 MMR teams. Like crazy.
Yeah, especially for you guys and for the guilds out there, you know, who are looking at Axie Infinity, like in the bigger picture. Like it's a long-term play, and you know, if now is the time to actually like, you know, get a test like what you've always been wanting to do. I mean, it's gonna be a lot trickier, you know, when the prices go back up. But again,
Right,
you know,
it
I
will.
mean, there's a lot of opportunity in the ecosystem, especially with all the other features that are gonna be rolling out, you know, like later on. But you know, KYROH, like I've always wanted to ask this to my co-caster. So, what are your thoughts on Origin? So, are we,
Right.
you know, what are you looking at having? Would you consider, you know, keeping the old format and having Origin at the same time, or are you just gonna like dive head first and like, you know what, let's do Origin all the way? What are your thoughts on that?
Chat, he's trying to get leaks from me. I think that, I mean, personally, I'm going to be playing Origin and doing every piece of content that I possibly can be putting out for it at the start. I'm going to be trying to deep dive into like basically every facet of the game off the start. I probably won't even like look at V2 or even like anywhere near. I'm not personally, like I know, like I think it is possible for like almost anyone at this stage in Axie to compete in the esports side of things as long as you got the right backing behind you and like, you know, a decent checkbook. But I'm trying to play casually, man. Like I just want to create content and have fun. But all right, we're getting into game 2 here. And we did, interestingly enough, we see Spam change it up and we see Dizzy keep it the same. So what I find interesting here is you have Spam bringing out this bug and plant that he so often uses on his streams and in other tournaments. These are two very popular picks for him as of late. This Go to Beach Sandal Cattail plant is one that SuperWhale has been breeding since the origin of this Axie. And then a lot of people branched off into the Dusk version of it. We've been sticking to the plants. And then in the backline, you have Spam with the Gyla version of this Reflectile that Dizzy has, which is interesting because I want to see him go into a 1v1 last round, like 1v1 with no health differences. Like I want to see which one of these two Reflectiles would win in a 1v1 because Gyla has got so much value. 160 total stat value, 60 shield, 100 damage. Like that's a pretty crazy high value card, to be quite honest. Like I'm interested. Let's see how this works out.
Yeah, I mean it's a Neurotoxin versus Tiny Swing. If I'm not mistaken, right? So Dizzy has a Tiny Swing on his Reptile in the back line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, if it comes down to a 1v1, definitely, like, you know, I'm not really sure who's going to be going first. Is it going to be Spam and Rice's Reptile?
Who's going to get the Kataro value out of that?
Yeah.
I think Spam's Reptile
He's on 39, right? He's on 39 speed.
Plant eyes and ears, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know what Dizzy's is. Dizzy's is plant eyes. Or I mean, plant ears and I don't know the eyes.
But yeah, definitely Spam and Rice. You know, Spam and Rice has a little bit more HP. Yeah, but the question is, you know, I mean, who's going to be going first, and you know, who's going to be getting the most value? There you go. They're both 39 speed, actually. Okay, now
but he has bug eyes for his, so I think that would make Dizzy's would go first.
Yeah, this is crazy. So I'm actually looking at the Axie number. Like it was a lot easier when these Axies were in the 100,000s or even in the 10,000s. Now looking at these numbers, it's just like a mumbo jumbo of, you know, just randomly pressing on the calculator. Dude, we're at millions of Axies at the moment, and
I think I actually haven't checked lately since like past the 10 millionth event. I know he crossed 11 million not too long ago, but I don't know how many we're at now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what do you think? I mean, crazy question right here. What do you think a 5v5, mechanic would be happening like anytime or in the future? Is that something that
Yeah,
that would be fun?
5v5. I think I don't know what they plan to add in the future. I doubt for arena style it's too much change other than like whatever we get presented in Origins. I'm curious
Yeah.
though. I think a duo mode would be super fun. I don't know how that would happen, but I think that would be super fun.
Interesting.
Like maybe as just like a casual you play with a friend
Yeah.
versus two other people. I think
Yeah.
that would be super fun.
Yeah, just how they
Okay,
have
so
in
we saw that.
seasonal events in other games. Like it's
Right.
only happening for these things. But yeah, I'll jump into
Oh, limited time would be great.
exactly.
I think
Yeah.
that would be great. Yeah. So we saw a cattail round one. Out of spam. Nothing special. Looks like both players are just stacking energy and cards here, waiting to see. We have the Goda that both teams are gonna have to watch out for. I think that. I wonder. I think the bug probably does beat the beast. Here I think advantage is probably slightly geared towards spam in this matchup.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. It's all gonna go down to how the Goda and Rice
Yeah.
gets played on Dizzy's side, and then how spam reacts to that.
Pretty
Another-
interesting. I mean,
Okay, so we have a oh wow, we have a lot coming out here. So no energy steal value from that, no energy destroy value from that, but he does indeed burst down the plant. Spam's not gonna get the sandal value out of the plant he was hoping for. He gets a good 400 damage out of his reflectile, and then I think it would have gone into last stand without that crit.
yeah. This is
So-
crazy. 141 damage on that
From a
critical.
zero card. Yeah. From a zero card. He did 200 and like 220 damage or something like that
Yeah.
from 2 0 cards.
I mean, that's where you see the skill in action, dude. You wouldn't see that anywhere else, but from a
Right.
bug, right?
I mean, it's plot armor for spam. This guy crits literally everything, I swear.
The RNG gods might be on Spam and Rice's
They
side for
are,
that
they
critical. Beautiful draws right here for Dizzy. He does still have
Yeah,
the double
so-
Kotaro.
It's unfortunate for Dizzy though here, because spam making this bug change, he actually gets the Katara value out of his own rep, because he gets the double Katara here as well, so he can Kataro this beast even after the Rices and Godas, and then on top of that, the bug does not allow Dizzy to get any Katara value. So I think spam will I don't know Spam's play here, but he'll probably just play the double Kataro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We still have two cards in favor. I mean, we have two cards in excess for Dizzy right here. It's gonna be 6 versus 4, but it's
Right.
round 4, and both of them have 2 energy. So if they, I don't know, like if either of them decides to pass, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see like how it ends up. I think we are gonna be seeing that 1v1 if I'm not mistaken.
I hope. I hope at even energy and even cards, because that would be so dope to see. All right, so we have a lot coming out here from the Beast. So he's got no Goda or Rice value this whole game, unfortunately.
Definitely.
Been spamming his cards like perfectly on character for him. Okay, so he does not kill.
Both
There's
of the
no
guys.
card draws on the Beast, and then so
Okay, here we go. Here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. 124. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be enough damage to take out.
still
Spam
gonna
Rice.
stay alive here, and he's gonna go first too. Yikes.
We do have Dizzy though with a bit of an energy advantage, though. Ooh! Critical, but he does
Crit
get
again.
he does get another crit. 5 energy. Dizzy going first, as we mentioned.
I don't think I see Dizzy coming out with this one unless he hits another crit back.
Yeah, you're
Or
right.
Maybe one of his tiny dino. Yeah, I think Spam finishes him here. Yep, he does. That was a GG. I mean, just right there you see the counterplay coming in from both players. Dizzy did the thing that I think a lot of players would have done, stuck to the same comp to see what Spam would change up to, because he wanted to see if Spam had the intelligence to actually change it up, or if he would just, he must have predicted that Spam would just try again for round 2. I'm curious now how we see Dizzy react here, because Dizzy coming from the advantage kind of trying to see how Spam is going to play this, letting him feel out his opponent. Now he has to come back into this game 3, and it's right now it's such a mental game for both of them, especially with no bans and no set pool. It is now completely up to them to just, it's like game 1 all over again.
I totally agree. I mean, I'm really happy to see, Spam and Rice taking the W for the last game. And, now it's going to be a tiebreaker. So now we are going to be finding out, who's going to be eliminated from the YGG Managers Cup. But yeah, we still have 4 other players on the waiting. We have El Momo. Oh, here we go. Instant replay. Let's go.
Yeah, this is where he takes out that beast, and that's where the advantage just went, because him not even getting him out of last stand here just hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting to see, like, Dissy getting no value out of that Kotaro. He had that since the first round in his hand. Like, it's just been sitting there the whole time.
Yeah, I think whenever he probably loaded into the game, he probably instantly knew he wasn't using Kotaro.
Like, I was waiting for a good pass right there to get that value out of the Kotaro, but didn't happen, and we have Spam Rice with the crits that, we haven't been expecting the whole night, but, RNG gods are on Spam and Rice's side for this game, and here we have it, Dissy going down. Now it's a 1-1 in game 2 of Dissy versus Spam and Rice.
So they have like a 3-minute intermission between each game, right? Nice,
yeah.
I like that. That's short enough to make them hurry up. I like that.
Yeah, so like 3 minutes. So these guys, I probably think that YGG Esports is probably on a Discord channel, talking about, what to do next, how to level it up. Like, do we have to swap axes? Do we have to send me some axes over? But yeah, I mean, interesting how to see that, we actually are inserting a team dynamic in these tournaments. I mean, the game Axie Infinity in itself, it's a 1v1 game. But, that doesn't mean that, we can't turn it into, like, just have team dynamics all over again. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what both of these teams like come up with for the next game. I mean, speaking of esports, so I'm just gonna be jumping right into our esports recruitment, like, real quick, while we wait for the next game.
Sure.
So, for everyone at home, YGG Esports is looking for rising stars. So if you guys are in a placement of 2,500 MMR in the last season, let us know. Hit us up. We have our YGG Esports channel on our Discord. That's discord.gg/YGG. And also, if you place top 2 out of the... if you place twice in the top 16... for a tournament with 64 players or more in the last 2 months, you guys would also qualify for this. But yeah, I mean, not going to be upselling it too much. There are a lot of perks. You get your own axes that you like if you get into Elite, and you get priority basically for tournaments, and you get to join the really sick team led by Dissy right here for YGG Elite. I mean, it's not a joke. It's not a joke taking Axie Infinity into esports, and we have a lot of really good players in the whole ecosystem, just grinding it up day in and day out. But yeah, I mean, how about for you guys in SuperWhale, KYROH? How does it look like being part of the esports roster?
I just think that it's currently never been a better time to like shoot your shot if you think that you have the capability of playing at a competitive level in Axie and like have a little bit of proof of that.
Yeah,
people are going to be so much more willing to take a chance on people that have proven themselves now because of how cheap things are for meta teams. Like, people will gladly do that, especially going into Origins, not knowing most teams are pretty cheap purchases in for tickets into the ecosystem. But as for like the players on SuperWhale's team, SuperWhale specifically has been accumulating a lot of really great esports talent. We've been curating our team through the help of Spam Rice and Sleet as like our captains of our esports team. We've kind of really handed it off to them to try to like build our esports side of this thing up while we're building our organization, and then eventually we take it to the next level. I think like we've been taking a lot of really great people that were previously just scholars or people participating in the community. We've turned them into really great esports competitors, and I think that's only going to keep happening. And I'm super excited to see where the esports scene overall goes, because even in its infancy stage right now, we're seeing so many promising things, like good prize pools, more opportunities, etc. And we're hopping into the next game here, so let's get into it. This is very interesting. We see Dizzy going back to his original comp here, and Spam is changing it up heavy. And I think Dizzy is probably sweating right now, if I had to be quite honest, because this game is not looking like it is in his favor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's pretty cool to see, the birds actually playing, a huge role in the competitive brackets of Axie Infinity. I mean, even how squishy they are, or how common they are, or how easy they are to find on the marketplace. Like these guys are almost essential in my opinion, especially, I mean, if you want to change things up, and if even in arenas, if you're trying to grind up your way, you always have to have a bird, especially with that egg bomb, to just switch things up, like mess around with your opponent's dynamic. But yeah, like really cool bird here from Spam Rice. Really good pull out in the third game.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell, like, Dizzy returned to the original comp thinking that Spam was probably going to switch it up to the point where this comp was going to work for him, but that high speed beast, or not high, it's not even high speed, that is a slow beast, but it is the highest speed of this team, and Spam picked the perfect pick to counter it. So I think it all comes down to card draws here. If Spam gets the right card draws and doesn't get goated and riced out of the game, then he's definitely taking this. I think there is win potential here if the bird and the reflectile of Dizzy getting a 1v1, but I think it's going to be very hard for Dizzy to get to that point.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, at this point, like both of these players, are in it to win it. Like, I was expecting like these guys to pull out, some crazy lineups. I don't know, like maybe a triple plant, a triple beast, or a triple bird somewhere in there. But these guys want to win. Both of them want to win. I mean, two really good players, and I'm excited to see more of the action from these guys. In other tournaments all around the ecosystem. Like we've been talking about, like the esports, all these tournaments are gonna be popping off, man. Like we're talking about physical events. Like we've been in our homes for the longest time playing online tournaments, and it's starting like with the conditions of COVID like starting to ease up. Physical events are now a possibility, and not to mention the budget and the sponsorship power that Axie Infinity has. So we are going to be definitely seeing on-site
events. It's honestly
events.
so mind-blowing seeing what Axie is doing for esports being at such a young stage. I come from traditional gaming. I was in the professional scene for Apex Legends, and and I competed heavily in Call of Duty as well. And both of them trying to get anything like this. I mean, the thought of even like doing lands at this young of a stage of the game is incredible. Like that is incredible to me. And just I keep mentioning these prize pools, but like there's like esports tournament yesterday that a couple people were playing in from SuperWhale. That's like prize pool's like 150 AXS. Like that is crazy to me. Like.
Yeah, dude, totally agree. I mean, you mentioned Apex Legends. I myself am an avid fan of Apex. This is what I play, when I try to, like relieve myself from stress when I have free time.
Oh, nice.
And before I start to throw a fit when playing Axie Infinity, I just play Apex Legends to cool things off. But yeah, totally. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait, maybe hop on a game or two with you. You're carrying me now in the Shoutcast, and you might need to carry me as well in Apex Legends.
I think definitely play some Apex sometime. Love that game.
For sure,
All right,
for
so
sure.
we're feeling round one here. Looks like we're finally getting some play in. We got the double caterpillars from Spam here. Interesting. Followed by the Rice Goda. He's not going to get any value again out of that. It's going to actually end up in 2 cards getting drawn in Spam's favor.
I mean, Dizzy with 0-4-3 in all games with his energy steals.
Right. It's unfortunate. That's the problem with things like Rice and Sirius. You really do have to play very smart around your opponent, and that like if you are trying to predict your opponent too hard, you can get into your own head and end up Hitting nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, there's a bit of mind games going on, especially for your opponent. You know, you missed the first 2 games, and he probably will, try to pull a trick or two, like right for you, like especially what's with happening right now with Dissy. But he's down to 184 HP for his plant right there. He does have an energy advantage. He does have a couple of good cards in his hand. But I'm not quite sure. Is he going to be surviving this round? Ooh, a critical 35 though.
The plot armor. Okay, see the galley coming out here? That 110 damage on the plant. It's actually incredible.
Yeah, Dissy's plan is surviving. Not to mention with a good zigzag there. But yeah, this is gonna be it. Not going down.
That's the advantage of the speed of that Dusk right there. He went second and was able to finish off his plant, even though he's in last stand. And then now he has a 3-card combo from the bird, and it's just like that. It's turned around instantaneously. So I think it's really up to Dizzy. I'm sorry, it's really up to Dizzy here to just. He gets the crit! I know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Spammy Rice is a bird right there, dealing some serious damage for Dissy's midliner, and Dissy going in for oof. Here we go.
Oh my gosh! Wait, this is gonna be. Spam. I think Spam loses here.
Oh!
Wow! What a absolute comeback from Dizzy. That was such a crazy game. Like those 3 rounds were so weird. Like, that tiny dino crit. Oh man, the crits just absolutely rained in right there. Like.
Dude, insane. Like crits, like turning the tables for Dissy. I mean, despite missing his, his energy plays with Rice and the Goda, I mean, we have him moving on to the next game. So unfortunately, Spam Rice
bows out.
Yeah, I mean, Spam Rice unfortunately will be having to pass on the torch to his 2 other team members, and yeah, we are yet to see who is going to be playing for SuperWhale here. But yeah, Dissy, both players, like, dude, props to you guys. A lot of them personally like took me to school right there. I might be scouring the marketplace for some copying to copy some of these axes and lineups right here that we have. But yeah, dude, I mean, congrats, Dissy. Like, great stuff. Spam Rise as well, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that was a great game. Just a crazy turn of events in those 3 rounds back to back. I mean, we literally saw the tides turn in 3 different directions in all 3 rounds. So that was crazy. I mean, that's part of the game. That's part of the current version with the crits. I think we're going to see much less of what we just saw once the rage mechanic comes in. But I really do think that still does create like a pretty hype moment right there. That tiny dino, whenever it hits them, it hits like a truck. So
I get nervous, man, when I see round 4 and I know that there are still tiny dinos in my enemy's pockets. I get nervous, dude. I mean, it hurts, dude. It really hurts. No other way to put it.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just part of the game, and Spam bows out there, and we just gotta live with it. But it's cool. I mean, now I get to see Meat Value and Jiggy plays, so kind of excited for that. I'm excited to see how they actually do play this with their pools versus Dizzy's pool, because I'm guessing Dizzy's pool is much larger, and on top of that, I mean, those guys have also seen what Dizzy is thinking about running, so I'm curious here.
I mean, pretty interesting. Like, from that replay, though, I mean, Dizzy was down to his last 85 HP. I'm not quite sure if Spam Rice did crit in any of his last 2 attacks. Would have it been a draw?
I mean, it's interesting also to consider Spam double post fighted there. So, I mean, I'm curious if he knew he was. I mean, I'm sure he knew he was going to die from the second post fight, but I'm curious if that, like, everything went according to plan there. I think that, like, obviously that crit from the tiny dino definitely changed the course of the game and allowed Dizzy to hit the 1v2. But I mean, it was gonna be a hard thing to pull off with that bird versus that reptile, regardless. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, so everyone at home on the screens, we have Meat Value going up against Dissy for
is that who they picked?
Yeah, so on screen, there's this like bouncing arrow that you can see. That means that SuperWhale has decided on their next player. So we are going to be seeing Jiggy to I mean, at the as the last player. For this, as you mentioned, so we now know what he has in the bag. We see how he plays. We know his tricks, and I mean, is there still going to be anything up his sleeve for for Meat Value to watch out for? But yeah, everyone at home, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our social media channels, and of course, share the stream, because we are going to be giving away one YGG merch package. So that includes a YGG bomber jacket, a YGG mug, and a YGG cap sent straight to your doorstep. We call this the YGG swag box. So all you guys have to do is share the stream on your socials, either on Twitter, retweet, or on Facebook. Make sure that it's public so everyone sees it. And before the next round starts, before round 2 starts, we are going to be announcing all our winners from all the previous episodes that we've had. So we are looking at 8 winners to take home these 8 YGG swag boxes. But you yourself, KYROH, you are going to be getting sent, YGG merch package yourself. Yeah, just for being our very our very insane Shoutcaster, very special guest for tonight. But yeah,
I get the white YGG cap. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
As long as I get first dibs on the SuperWhale merch as well, man. That's the only deal.
Okay, hey, yo, SuperWhale, you're in the chat, Sean. You heard the man. You gotta hook it up.
Let's go. We're not only gonna be trading some Axies, but we're also gonna be trading, the YGG merch with the SuperWhale merch maybe in the
there
future.
You go.
But,
it's like a jersey trade from the NBA almost.
Yeah. But yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, everyone at home, you know the drill. But yeah, while we're waiting for the next matchup, so KYROH, why don't you tell us more about your story? So it's been all about YGG, it's been all about our players. But how about you? How did your metaverse
on the casters real quick. Yeah, so I mean, I'm my story is not that crazy. I mean, I've been on the internet forever, man. I mean, I started my content journey back when I was like 11 or 12 playing like Minecraft or something like that, and moved into FPS games. I've always been like, I would say above average at FPS games. Loved competing and all of it. It was like the way I paid all my bills for like a really long time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I mean, I like doing that, and then also working like other jobs that I really wasn't a fan of while doing that made me realize like how much I really did like have a passion for gaming and the ecosystem of gaming. And so I've been friends with Bryson for like over a decade now, if any of you guys out there know him. So watching Bryce literally go from like one viewer on Twitch to blowing up and building the brand he's created, that's basically how I got into the game. But we're in here again. We've got the value of meat versus Dizzy. And let's see. UC Dizzy has changed up his team tremendously. He has the Eliza Bug in the back line here. He has a Watermelon Dusk with poison, and then he has the Dusk with poison, like with all plant parts. I think that is actually a 6 out of 6 plant on a Dusk. And then you have the value of meat running, what I would like to say is the worst comp I have ever seen in my life. This guy doesn't have any meat on his team. It's all vegan. Like, what is he doing? What is he doing? I don't even want to watch this game. This looks ugly.
I mean, the irony on Meat Value's lineup right there. I don't know. Might be launching a new alias. I don't know. Maybe some Veggie Value alias right there in the future. But yeah, I mean, pretty interesting. I think he heard me previously when I mentioned I'm waiting for that triple plant lineup to happen. But Meat Value is giving us what we want. And yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward to see what both of these guys have in store. But yeah, pretty interesting axes here from Dizzy himself, like a Chomp, Seed Bullet, Barb Strike, and Venom Spray. Yeah, we have the Disguise, which will be proccing, the Barb Strike. But I mean, is this what really is this really what he's going for? I mean, that's a 1-card chance of being able to deal that poison. But though we have Meat Value, both of his first 2 axes have the Yam. And yeah, pretty interesting. Like, looking forward to see what both of these players have in the bag right there.
For my first showing and seeing Meat Value for the very first time, I'm just overall disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, I'm gonna have to talk to the SuperWhale esports team. The fact that that this is even a comp in our arsenal makes me so sad.
I actually can't wait. Like, who knows? Maybe this is what, this is what Meat Value brought to his other competitions that brought him to the finals. Like, we definitely are in for a show tonight, guys. We are in for a show.
I feel like I have to tweet a picture of this.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna be doing some RTs right there. Everyone at home, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this triple plant lineup? We have Angela Pader in the comments. She says, "Wow, triple tank." Yeah. Yeah. We also have shout out to our community marshals. We have Steffi. We have Sil. We also have Gayu as our moderator. Shout out to all the guys who made this show possible. But yeah, let's get right into the game. Pretty good draws right here for Meat Value.
I just don't even want to. I would not want to be in Dizzy's shoes right now, trying to game plan on how to kill all three of these
Yeah.
game plans. Like, holy cow, bro!
Yeah, I totally.
see.
Mhm. Oh, go ahead.
Let's just see how Dizzy reacts. Like, do you think I'm curious as to whether or not he'll try to use poison on like with the watermelon, if he'll try to backline
Yeah.
poison anything, or if it's just a waste of time from the rosebuds. Like, I.
Yeah, it totally slipped me. Like, I totally forgot that, we have Barb Strike and we do have a full bug right here in the back line. Waiting for those procs. Here we go.
We're just gonna have yam battles until round 20. I can already tell this is gonna be the longest game of all time. I have a very similar comp to what Dizzy is running right now. It's actually making me very interested in trying it. So we see 3 stacks on the plant and 2 stacks on the dusk. Really just like almost nothing going on up until round 3 here. I'm curious when we start seeing the seriouses come out from Meat Value. Oh man. Yo, Sedona, can you hear me? Oh no, I think we cut. You hear me only? Okay.
Sorry
I'm
about
taking
that.
over casting here. Okay,
I'm
no,
back,
you're
I'm
good.
back.
I was like, you just got rugged? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, my headphones just ran out of battery. I don't know why.
Okay, no worries, man, no worries. So we're in round 4 here. Literally, almost nothing has happened. Both players are on 5 energy. We've got a couple poison stacks on either. We're just waiting for somebody to make the first move. We're literally we're halfway to Blood Moon and nothing has happened.
Pretty interesting. I mean, this triple plant lineup, this is the worst that you'd want to take to the Blood Moon. But yeah, I mean, we still have Desi with his poison plays right there. The question is, will it be, will it be enough? He does have heals. He does have the cards to put up a brick wall. He still does have the yam. But yeah, Meat Value. Are we gonna be getting any value out of the plant lineup? That's the question.
Well, the poison in favor of Dizzy at the moment currently. It's interesting just seeing poison comps battle out against each other. I think, I actually think that Dizzy's got the advantage against this comp.
Yep.
With that bug, I think that damage is too much for him to handle.
Yeah, totally. So we now have Dizzy going in for the damage. Going to be taking out the front line from Meat Value. And he's going to be Meat Value with a double energy gain right there. And a double veggie bite to top it off.
Oh my.
He has
max
9 energy.
He's at max energy. What is he going to do with all of that?
It's crazy.
What? Is he just going to double pumpkin every turn? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Dizzy in a bit of conundrum right
Meat comp,
here.
or Meat Value, if you lose, change your comp. I don't want to watch another game like that. I don't want to cast a game where you're using 3 plans. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, Dizzy, no choice, but, he doesn't have to play really, really smart every turn. Not only does Meat Value have the unlimited energy happening right here, But Dizzy is down to 0.
Right, and I don't think Dizzy's ever gonna be above 2 at this point. Like,
I think we're just waiting for the Blood Moon to arrive at this
I think
point.
we are too. I'm curious as if Dizzy is just gonna try and like actually poison the backline anymore, or if he's worried about those rosebuds. Like, depending on the draw here. Oh man.
Crazy stuff happening. We have Dizzy's front line with a 5 stack of poison. I mean, 5 ticks every turn or every time something happens. Like, I don't think that's gonna be enough damage. At this point, what's actually, KYROH, what's the most damage that Meat Valley could deal?
I mean, almost nothing, like nearly. I mean, he's gonna just draw way more cards, so he's gonna be able to like actually brick wall and heal like almost every turn here while just putting on the energy steal pressure, especially with having like the Cottontail too. And like a lot of these moves are these they're action moves, so he's adding on, like right now 7 stacks, he's adding on 14 damage every single action that he does. So I mean, yeah, you still have like a good amount of actions done before that front's done, but he's gonna just sit here and just keep tanking damage for a while. I feel like we have Dizzy trying to attempt to save, so he can attempt to try to burst through this midliner, but
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because every round he's gonna draw double serious because of these pumpkins. And so I think we're gonna just see this frontliner whittle away here.
I wonder what's going on Dizzy's head right now. He's in round 8. The clock is ticking. He is running out of time. He does have a full stack of cards in his bug's hand. But we still have unlimited heals happening right here for Meat Value.
I think he's just hoping for one round he can save and pray the seriouses don't come out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's just going to be relying on Twin Tail for damage from the 0 cards, and I think that those rosebuds will just outpace it.
Like, I mean, at this point, I think Meat Valley could just, keep waiting for the veggie bites to come out. Just stack, not use any of his cards. He does have, Dizzy has 2 energy. He's not going to be doing that much damage anyway.
Right. I mean, and it's just we're at the breaking point for Dizzy here, because now we're in a 2v2 and Blood Moon has started, and we're going to see the heals come out.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that Dizzy, came up against, a triple plant lineup, and I'm pretty interested to see, his thought process on, he should be going about this this next challenge. But both of his opponents are down to half their HP. He does have 6 energy. He does have heals.
Oh, much energy. Okay, we see the burst coming in here. I think this is indeed enough. Especially with that crit, that is definitely enough. I actually don't think it would have mattered.
Another critical from Dizzy right there!
Yeah, but I'm still pretty sure it wouldn't have mattered.
What's happening?
Okay, so we have Dizzy on 2 energy with no 0 cards, so he's gonna be able to tank this. It's all up to whether or not that heal was enough to keep him alive, though.
The poison stacks inching away into Meat Value's HP, though we still have the bug from Dizzy with almost full HP. Blood Moon.
Yeah, Meat's gonna lose here, I'm pretty sure. You're gonna get 3 actions here from Dizzy. And then one more.
A Chomp is gonna be doing the magic right there for Dizzy.
Dizzy 1-0 again, coming out with another strong showing with a very random comp for his first game. I'm surprised he switched it up so much.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I do want to see the replay on that.
Yeah, what are we gonna see? A couple of pumpkins and seriouses? I mean...
But yeah, pardon me for my face being up in front of the camera. I have to charge my headset. But really good game right there. Debatable good game right there from both the players. But dude, my wish has been granted. I did see a triple plant lineup. Not the first time this happened in the Managers Cup. We did even. I think it was Biff Chain. No. Biff Chain actually went in with a triple beast during their battle. Yes, sir.
Did it work?
It didn't.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if that worked, that's kind of strange.
Yeah, CCG Crit Theory Gaming. Unfortunately, crits in theory happened that night for Biff, but this is what the Managers Cup is about. It's not how we don't really have to take anything too seriously. We are doing it for a charity, but yeah, here's the hear that insane replay again.
Yeah, insane replay, and we got a Rosebud, we got a Sirius, we got a Cottontail, and Blood Moon.
I mean, Dizzy has the Chomp, so that that's his biggest challenge.
Yeah,
right
the Chomp
there.
definitely helps him, and I think that Meat Value misplayed like one card to get the specific draw for his Rosebud.
Yeah.
He didn't end up getting another Rosebud. He only had one, which wouldn't have been enough. I just think that it was a slight misplay. And I know people in the chat were saying he was trolling. Like you guys might think he was trolling, but had like one or two different cards been played in a different order,
he would have won.
That would have went in me Value's favor. So,
I mean,
damn vegan players. But what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Like, I think Dizzy still has the appetite after having spam and rice, just for breakfast. Now he's having an all vegan lineup that he's chomping on. Dizzy, come on.
He's Kirby right now, just
I know.
eating everything, man.
Open buffet right there for Dizzy, but the question is, in my opinion, spam and rice. I meant Meat Value would definitely have a 1. In my opinion, if he did have the heals properly and right in time, because the Chomp. He did take him out by by maybe 2 or I'd say less than 5 HP, including the poison stacks. But that Chomp came in pretty useful in the last round. But yeah, regardless, pretty good show put on by both players. And yeah, looking forward to what Meat Value actually is thinking right now.
Yeah, I do not know the pools. I only looked at spams and dizzies, and I saw like 50 axes in each, and I was like, okay, we're not looking at pools this tournament. But I'm very curious to see. I don't know. I know that they all have at least 40 energy on the SuperWhale squad. I don't know how many different specific team comps built in their teams they have those. So obviously this is an esports specific one. So I don't think Meat Value plays triple plant all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what we do get changed here.
Yeah, definitely Meat Value put in on a show for everyone right there. So KYROH, might be asking, so is Meat Value and Jiggy, are they also streamers or content creators?
I'm not too sure. So all I know is with our esports program, we have Spam and Sleet that are the main streamers and coaches they figure everything out for the esports program. And then we have Orcas for SuperWhale, which are elite scholars turned into esports players. So some of them do stream. I'm just not sure which ones.
Yeah, I actually have.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I actually have a follow-up question. So, like everyone watching at home, so we have aspiring community and content creators. So what is the process, if they want to be part of the SuperWhale community? So how does that work?
Right. So, I would say just however it's possible to have a good showing in the arena is probably one of the best ways. And also just I think one thing that a lot of people that are aspiring into any of this field, whether it's esports content creation or anything like that, is just begin building a brand for yourself. And I know that might seem like a hard task, but building a brand is going to be the easiest way for you to get attention in everything, honestly. So I would say definitely start with just building a brand on social media, and then just getting our attention through there, or just going through streams and going through our streams and showing you have a lot of knowledge about the game. That's probably a good way.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So you guys heard it first from the man himself, KYROH, giving the alpha on for all aspiring content creators out there. I do agree. Axie Infinity is really good opportunity, not only because I've personally seen a lot of content creators blow up with Axie Infinity, especially in the Philippines. These guys, are playing different games, but once they started with Axie and took it really seriously, dude, they're following their community.
I would say the opportunities are absolutely crazy in Axie. Content creator or many other positions. So let's get into the game though. We see Meat Value pulling out one of Spam's infamous toothless mechs with the shrimp as well. So we've got a double backdoor. And then on Dizzy's side, we saw the... Wait, I'm pretty sure we saw the Goda plant. I'll wait till we move out of the screen here. But, oh yeah, so we saw the Goda Caterpillar's Cattail Dusk, which is like a super popular pick for front lines. It's a very just like high damage DPS plant. And then you see that same Elizal bug and then a bird in the back. So this is going to be a great game. We'll see if we do get enough backdoor cards for meat value to hit up Dizzy's backline, because I think as long as he takes out that bird, this is pretty in favor of meat value here.
Yeah, I mean, at the first few rounds, it's going to be the luck of the draw for Meat Valley to be on its side. It's only going to take 3 cards, if I'm not mistaken, to take out Jesse's bird right there. But yeah, the question is, will he be able to pull out those cards in time, without Jesse being able to give enough value before his bird is taken out. He still does have, the egg bomb, which is a pain in the butt, in my opinion, if you make this like move on like past round 4, round 5. But yeah, Meat Value, we are going to be seeing him in action this time around with a bit of meat. A bit of meat still has a plan in the front line, but definitely not a veggie lineup like we've seen in the last game.
Right, and to your point, I think that as long as you have a 61 speed bird with Egg Bomb, I think that there's always a chance to win against almost anything. I feel like Egg Bomb birds are like one of the most versatile axes in the game, just because of how much value just that single Egg Bomb allows.
I totally agree. Aroma, a pretty interesting, card effect right there. I'm curious to see, if this is, if we're going to be seeing maybe other cards for eyes and ears, like later on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting. I would bet everything's going to change, but if Aroma and things like that do change, I always used to say I would love to see a card that would allow you to like swap your Axie's position in the middle of a game or something like that.
Yeah.
Super cool. You think Taunt is like Aroma? Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, so we see the Titan jump with the Egg Bombs here. Take out the bird.
Ow. Yeah,
that's gonna hurt.
It's exactly what we've been talking about. So Meat Value, getting value out of the first round.
On round 2.
Right.
So the plant's definitely going to get shredded through here.
Ooh.
Yep, this plant's going to die here from this double twin tail. And so we're going to see a 2v2. This is going to be very interesting because you have the mech here that is... Okay, so yeah, the dust from Dizzy's side is going to get absolutely obliterated here. And we are going to see the 2v1. I think we're going to see the all-in from the bug here to kill the mech. Which I think this is just enough. Oh, 2 health short. So we have a lot of energy. Yeah, this is over. The bug is going to get obliterated right here.
Oh, plus a critical.
But he missed. He did miss it. That crit made him miss, but it's still not enough because of the double twin tail. So we actually have a 1-to-1 here. That's interesting.
Right.
I'm gonna go and actually look at the Discord where we have the Ronins at, because I'm curious to see what Meat Value's pool is. I think we should like maybe speculate on what he's gonna do for round 3 real quick. If they've got 3 minutes to decide here, and I can pull this up real quick.
Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, Dizzy, a bit of an offset right there, like leaving Meat Value's midliner with the 2 HP. I mean, if he took that out, it might have been a different story. But unfortunately, he still was able to bring it down to a 2v1, and Dizzy unfortunately lost that round. Meat Value just showing the community, showing everyone else what he's got up his sleeve. Now it's a 1-1.
Finally pulls some value out of the meat instead of the vegans, man. I just looked through his pool and he's got 17 axes of a lot of different calibers. It looks like he's got like 4 different team comps built here, so I think he can pull out a lot here. I'm curious.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dizzy scratching his head, now going in for the FTX instant replay. Let's go. Dizzy now a 2v3, as we've seen earlier.
Shredding through the plant. No, like that plant is such an interesting plant for me value, because you have that Cottontail with the shield and the Sirius for the energy manipulation, but if you don't draw your pumpkins, it's pretty weak.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, so here we are going to be seeing Dizzy missing that kill by a hair for Meat Value's mech right there. Unfortunately, dude, the double mosquito not dealing enough damage. Plus,
Right, 2 health. Wow.
I mean, yeah, sticky goo. Sticky goo though. I bet he was expecting a stun somewhere there, but Meat Value just playing his cards right, just letting him take in all the damage. But yeah, great stuff out there from both of our players. That's a 1-1 for both teams.
We're seeing another close series. I mean, if the games continue this tradition, we might end up seeing these best of threes going the distance all day. So
Yeah, yes sir. I mean, traditionally, like, we really wouldn't expect an episode of the Managers Cup to reach 3 hours. Like, the longest we've done is at 2 hours and 30 minutes, but that's only because of all of the players just taking value, like, basically for every game. No sweeps, nothing happening. But yeah, I mean, now the rounds are faster, the axes have feet, so maybe a 2-hour stream. I mean, that's what we're looking at right here.
I gotta correct. They've always had feet. They just used to float. Now they're getting juiced doing their push-ups. Oh man, I hope we see an interesting team get pulled out here from Meat. I am not trying to see that poison plant lineup come out again. Please do not do that. I hope.
I mean, the irony, maybe Meat Value just messing with us and just brings out the triple plan again, all over. But yeah, I mean, Dizzy, El Momo, we're still waiting for those 2 other players. Like, what are these guys going to be doing, or will they have actually a chance to play?
I mean, they're both watching this probably and just just having a great time. But I bet Dizzy and Meat are both racking their brains right now. Dizzy, obviously, being the starter for YGG, wants to keep the train going and keep the momentum up, and it definitely doesn't want to fall here in this last match. So I'm curious to see what kind of comp he pulls out, because I bet it's something that he's gonna pull out the Juggernaut here. I feel like, so we'll see.
I mean, yeah, I think you've mentioned earlier, KYROH, that you actually joined SuperWhale right after. I mean, after they were already up and running. Is that correct?
Yeah, just barely. So like whenever they had started, it was Sean from SuperWhale, who is the person who runs the main SuperWhale Twitch, and then Bruce, who is like the other co-owner of SuperWhale, and Sean just raided me one day. At the time I was this was like months ago, but at that time, every night when I would stream, I would be like, during my time slot, I would be like the #1 streamer for viewers, like by far, because I'd stream at such a weird time. And Sean ended up rating me one day with like hundreds of viewers at my normal time. And I was like, who are you? Like, where did you come from? And I looked into him and I was like, yo, send me your Ronin. I want to look at your axes to see your team. Because I just would do like team reviews and stuff like every day.
Yeah.
And he sends me his Ronin, and it's like 300 axes. I'm like, you're a whale. You're an actual whale. And then like we ended up just like talking from there, and we were both like really interested in hip hop music, and like they're based out of New York, which like I got a lot of respect for, like a lot of New York creativity stuff, and I just like hit it off from there and ended up getting involved, and then we ended up branching out into just like more content stuff and more esports stuff. So it's been really great.
Awesome.
We're getting into the last game here, and what did Dizzy just pull out? Oh my gosh. What is this? So we have, on Dizzy's side, we have the cute bunny
bird.
Post-fight Raven eggshell bird with the Elizo bug in the mid, and then a very or a much tankier plant. Actually, well, I guess maybe not more tankier than the Goda, now that I think about it, but it's pretty close. But this is I like this plant a lot from Dizzy. And interestingly enough, it just so happens to be the game that Meat Value pulls out the Aqua. So
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, a double cute bunny. Yet to see this in action, though we still have the all-out shot from Dizzy. Yeah, there you have it. So a Terror Chomp, Egg Bomb, Patient Hunter, and all-out. Yeah, waiting in the back line, like staring down Meat Value. I mean, I'm not really sure how this will be playing out, but definitely a bit of an advantage for Dizzy right here with a watering can for his plant in the front line. But then again, Meat Value definitely beefing up his lineup this time around, and we are yet to see who will be moving on to the next game.
Yeah, I mean, this is do or die right here for both players. So I think they're sitting there racking their brain, wondering what the other player is gonna do. I think that it's funny. One thing Spam once said to me, he said that no good player can beat me because I'm just a terrible player who doesn't think about what I do. I just spam cards, and it's like, you know.
Exactly.
It might actually have some truth to that. If your opponents don't know what you're gonna do, it might actually help you.
I mean, on a side note though, like a funny story, like me and the wife, what we had for dinner, we literally had spam and rice. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my gosh! No way! No way!
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even joking. I came home from the gym. I went into the kitchen. I saw our house help cooking spam, and I'm like, where did this come from? We didn't have any spam in our cupboard. I don't remember buying spam from the grocery
man.
like the past 3 months. Like we're
Yeah. Bro, you know spam doesn't come from the last 3 months. It actually doesn't even come from the grocery store. That stuff just appears in your cabinet one day. Like I'm not gonna lie.
exactly.
This is interesting seeing both of these players pull out a bird that isn't a backdoor bird. It's definitely something that we're probably not used to. I mean, even a bird with cute bunny on Dizzy's side, like I don't see people running cute bunny on a bird often.
Definitely. I mean, you know, he's already squishy enough, but again, like, you know, all out shot, but with a trade-off, having a bug part with his speed, I'm not quite sure, you know, how this is going to be playing out because we still have meat value with his Arco on his Aqua right there. So there is, if I'm not mistaken, there is a chance, you know, like playing this right, he will be going first before Dissy's bird.
Right. I mean, if it gets down to the 1v1, I think we definitely see meat value winning this. Just whether or not he can get the right card draws to actually burst through this front lane. So he gets the double Nemo without hitting a watering can, which is super valuable to him.
Yeah, here we have it. The double Arco dealing.
Here comes. Yep, he's gonna try to burst down this plant before he can get much value out of it, which is going to be like actually super huge for him.
So meat value with a double Arco right there in round 2. We have Dissy with a bit of an energy advantage right here. Now he goes in for the Terror Chomp. Going to be dealing 114 damage plus the Mosquito. Double Grub. I don't think this is going to be enough. Oh, it is! Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, just enough.
Okay.
So we see 4 energy on the side of Dizzy, 3 energy on the side of meat value here. We are going to see this Aqua perish from this double post fight.
Oof.
So this is definitely going to go in favor of Dizzy for this last game. I don't think there is any way that he can pull this out now.
Yeah, I mean, Dissy going in for the aggression. I mean, contrary to his previous strategies where he was trying to play some energy.
Wait?
Okay.
How many cards did Dizzy play?
Okay.
He played 2. That was almost really close at the end there. I didn't see the amount of cards Dizzy played before it happened, so that definitely was interesting. But dang, GG's to me value. Another one of SuperWhale bows out, and we are now hoping to see the possibility of a reverse sweep from Jiggy. Let's go, Jiggy. It's up to you, fam.
I mean, Dizzy going crazy, like an ultimate carnivore at this point. Yeah. I mean, spam and rice really earlier. Now,
I mean, you gotta give it to Dizzy, man. I mean, as a content creator, I mean, like, I may be biased, but I would say that this matchup between YGG and SuperWhale is probably the juggernaut matchup of this tournament. These are both really great esports organizations that are playing against each other right here, and so we got really good competition. So you got to definitely give it to Dizzy for fighting through 2 very tough opponents with relative ease. So.
Yeah, totally agree, man. You know, I mean, not to mention, you know, all the other tournaments that SuperWhale and YGG Elite, you know, gets to see each other. So a bit of a narrative going on around these players, you know, not to mention that these players, you know, are friends and they do support each other. They hop in on each other's streams and, you know, they get to learn from each other. But yeah, you know, that is what the YGG Managers Cup is all about, is, you know, to create stories around the best players in the ecosystem. And
I love that. I am a very big fan of the idea of people creating storylines. One of the things that always kept me interested in, and as we watch this FTX instant replay here of the backline bird for me value dying here, but I've always been a very big fan of players creating storylines, because whenever I would watch competitive esports, the things that always kept me involved was watching the I felt like I knew some of the players just from watching them, and
Exactly.
so I think that's super huge.
And I mean, yeah. So coming from an esports background, Kyro, like I think you would agree with me that that there's going to be a personal attachment with the fans and with the players, like especially
Right.
if there's as you said, like if there's a story happening around, there's a narrative that's happening around these players, and it doesn't only create value for the Axie Infinity ecosystem in general, but also for the brand of the
100%
players, for the guilds, and like for everyone else. It levels up. It's a lot healthier, and there's just more engagement and fun inside the
I
community.
think that the saying, I totally agree with you. And the saying, rising tide raises all ships is
Exactly.
like super apparent in our space. I think whenever guilds put in the resources to help specific creators build from the seed stages to a flourishing creator, if you guys can work out a mutually beneficial relationship between that, you can grow lifelong, very mutually beneficial relationships right there, that like creators are going to push so much for specific guilds, and like as long just focusing on a creator's own brand is going to cause so much more to come into the Axie Infinity ecosystem. So I think anybody creating that and creating in general is very healthy for that.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the creators, man. So, who are the guys that you actually started out with, and who are the guys that you usually hang out with? Who do you often work with? Who do you often
Sure.
raid in your stream? So, make a shout out for those guys.
I mean, I try to make my way through most of the community, and especially with raids and stuff, I try to hit people that like I haven't hit before, or just anybody and everybody. Obviously, my guildmates are the people that I stick to the most for like the Twitch stuff, but I try to make connections with everybody I can in the community, man. There's so many super talented people out there. Like I've met so many people that I still need to get back to on DMs because of stuff I've hit them up about for just like talented work that I think that I would love to be a part in, and other things. And so I mean, who do I stream with? I mean, I'm pretty connected with like directly outside of SuperWhale, just like Bryson and some other people in the community. But yeah, I mean, I unfortunately with Axie, we're sticking to like you play arena, you're solo for most of your streams and stuff. I cannot wait until the day. If it is all the way to the LAN gameplay, I'm gonna be kind of sad that we're gonna have to wait that long. But I want some medium inside of Axie to where I can play with my friends. Like I want to be able to hop in and just casually play with my friends somewhere, and that's not just like 1v1ing each other. I would love that.
Totally agree, man. I mean, while we're at it, so Kyro, why don't you go ahead and invite everyone, like the YGG community and all our viewers on our socials, invite them to to like your pages. So go for it.
You're gonna let me shill my stuff?
Yeah, shill all you want, my friend.
Thank you. Fortunately, I've been able to get the @KYROH on like almost every social media platform. So if anybody is out there watching me and you guys do want to support me, I love casting. I love doing anything involved with Axie in the ecosystem. It's just @KYROH everywhere. Twitch.tv/KYROH, Twitter/KYROH, basically YouTube/KYROH. So I'd appreciate anybody that does go and follow me. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for that opportunity too.
I mean, yeah, just a bit of a follow-up question. So what is your main focus for content? Do you usually, create videos on YouTube, or how does it work for you?
So I mean, at the current moment, Twitch has been the focus for like the past year. I streamed for 376 days in a row last year. I ended up getting partnered off that. So like that was my big goal, was to get partnered on Twitch and like make my Twitch a platform that I can use as like my launching ground. This year I really want to focus on YouTube. I haven't grown my YouTube hardly at all, so I've been focusing more on like starting to create content for that. But yeah, it lives. I mean, Twitter too is where a lot of my content lives. So we're getting into the final matchup here. So let's see if Jiggy can start pulling off the reverse sweep here for SuperWhale against the juggernaut that is Dizzy from YGGG. We see I think I just used like 40 G's when I just said YGG right there. But, so we see Dizzy pulling out this same comp that he used a little earlier. This is a very interesting and off meta comp, but I think it is something that, like, a lot of these players in the higher MMR brackets, they get to try things that a lot of people in the lower MMR brackets
Yeah.
don't get to because they don't really work. And I think that is a super beautiful thing because you end up with weird Frankenstein comps like the one you have with Dizzy here.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
going against the traditional double aqua lineup with this Scarab and Arco Aqua, this thing has so much damage on it with from the bug beast damage
Uh-huh.
that like even this double dusk, like even though this is probably the quote unquote ideal comp to run against something like this double aqua,
Mhm.
I just don't think that you're gonna see these dusk lasting very long with I mean it's crazy because aquas against dusk and plants are looked at as like countered, but I
Yeah.
really don't think they're countered that much with the 120 damage moves. They
Mhm.
can still burst through plants pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not to mention, like these cards having a lot of utility that works with each other, especially if you really actually plan it to work that way. But I think yeah, you mentioned we have Dizzy right here with a double dusk for his front line and his mid liner right there. Well, Jiggy has his double aqua. Like the question is whose front line will be taken out first at this point. I mean, you're gonna be exposed for your mid line, and I'm not quite sure if Dizzy with a backline with that bug, if he's going to be dealing as much damage as he wants for those aquas. But yeah, that's yet to see. And I mean, Jiggy will be pulling off his last stand for SuperWhale right here, going up against YGG Elite. And Jesse still yet to be defeated to see the other two players from the YGG team to see them on stream. But yeah, looking forward to the game. Really talented players we have here. Anyone's ball game at this point, man. That's what I always say.
Yeah, it definitely is. This is again the last matchup of the YGG versus SuperWhale that we have for the day, unless Jiggy makes a stand here for the SuperWhale team. If not, we'll see SuperWhale come out of this with a clean sweep, which would be unfortunate. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. Again, we've seen this comp out of Dizzy. We have not seen this comp. We have not seen any double aquas today from any of the guys. So I'm curious to see how it fares against this comp.
Definitely. I mean, Dizzy yet to get his bug right there to his full show. I have yet to see a sticky goo get triggered in action. But yeah, I mean at this point I am actually like I'm interested on seeing Jiggy dealing as much damage as he can. The double dusk and the bug. I mean, pretty squishy if you'd ask me. Not to mention he still has a bug splat on his plant right there for Jiggy's front line. But yeah, so everyone at home, we are down to our third matchup with Dizzy against Jiggy. So everyone at home, please do share the stream and yeah, let's show our support not only for YGG Esports but for SuperWhale as well. So that's at SuperWhale _ on Twitter. Let's go.
Yes, appreciate that. Make sure you guys go follow both the YGG and the SuperWhale stuff so you keep up with all the esports and just guild events that happen in the community. So we saw Caterpillars come out from the bug of Dizzy, so it's just one energy. We got the 2 to 3 energy disparity here. I think we'll see him probably. I think we'll see Jiggy probably save one more round here. Dizzy doesn't have any energy manipulation whatsoever on his side, so Jiggy can kind of just take his time. I think all he needs to worry about is just making sure he keeps his plant alive.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we have Jiggy, his plant down at 347 HP. He does have an energy advantage. He still has the piercing sound in the bag. Though, Dizzy, we've seen this Chomp and Venom Spray in action earlier. Will he be able to utilize this the same way in this game? So that's the question in my mind right now, KYROH.
We're starting to see some damage come out here, so we get the Arco Scarab. It's going to do just a little bit of damage. Then we also see his plant. It looks like Dizzy's just straight up saving here. He gets hit with one of the Godas and takes a lot of damage on his Dusk. I'm curious as to whether he draws some of the pumpkins finally or not, but he hasn't used any of his yams, so he hasn't gotten hardly any out of this Dusk. Just lost about 400 health of it so far. We're sitting at 2 to 1 energy going into the next round, but there is Nemo's on the Aqua side, so that could get changed. I think that Goda plus Nemo against this no energy manipulation team that Dizzy has could end up being detrimental to him.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Jiggy course, getting value out of that Scarab on Dizzy. No heal is going to be happening anytime soon. I think it's going to be bye-bye for Dizzy's frontliner entering round 4. I mean, he's going to be having 4 energy, but you said you still have Tail Slap for Jiggy, and, you know, that's going to be a really good advantage for him.
We see a lot of stuff coming out here. We see another Arco plus the Nemo. See the Garish for the poison stacks. We see the double herbivore, which is crazy, but the Scarab with no heal makes it worthless.
Yep. Like
The Twin Tail ends up killing the plant, and so he doesn't get that last bit of value out of his plant to kill the Dusk.
A pretty interesting animation right there. So you've seen, you know, Dizzy going in for the double Herbie. Actually it heals, but right when his turn ends, it just goes back down to 226 HP. Yeah, pretty cool.
Really? I didn't even notice that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I was like, wait, how did this guy heal? Didn't he have the Scarab effect on him? Yeah.
A very weird mechanic.
So here we go. I think
So yeah, so we're going into round 4 here. We see we will see this guy, right? No, we won't. Oh my gosh, he actually survived that.
I mean, again, I mean, I myself proven wrong. Dizzy's frontline still standing, entering round 5. I know a bit of a miracle happening right here. Unfortunately, Jiggy doesn't, hasn't, played any of his Crimsons.
I think Jiggy's got to be a little tilted over the fact that that plant just lived through that turn. It kind of messed up his whole plan, I would say.
For sure.
I think now it's just we see if Dizzy's gonna go on 3 energy going into next turn, right? So I mean, will he use the watermelon? Doesn't look like he does. He's just gonna go front to back here. So we see the plant finally die. We see the energy gain come in from that of Jiggy. We see a good 200 damage come in, and then now it's going to end on Chomp. He doesn't go first, so see how this works out. So he doesn't draw on the white aqua whatsoever. He sends the 4 card to kill the Dusk. The Dusk does die, and it is going to be a 2v1 going into next round. And this actually does take away that stun from him, so that's pretty good for him. He's only on 2 energy, though, so we'll just see the energy gain come through here. The Scarab is actually really nice for him. He does get the mosquito value here from this turn, though, and he does kill that Aqua. So there's going to be a bug without Fish Snack going into a 1v1 at a health disadvantage versus this.
I think this is
Aqua
it,
with
though.
the mosquito. Yeah, I think he misses from the cuckoo. I still don't think that there's... He's gonna have 3 energy going into next round. I don't think that there's any way that he loses this.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a pain for Dizzy. I mean, for Jiggy, that Dizzy has, a bit of a brick wall right there. But he is going to be able to take out...
Oh, that was just enough, too, because he would have got that double mosquito off.
Just enough, my friend. Yeah, as you mentioned, you are indeed correct. Yeah, pretty interesting game right there. Like, beautiful, beautiful plays by both teams. I'm still here on the stream. Yeah, with Dizzy going into last stand. Unfortunately, that mosquito, those mosquitoes, no, nada. No heals for you, my friend.
Just enough. It was just enough damage to get him into last stand off of that, even though he did misplay twice from that cuckoo.
Yeah.
I think we will... if tradition continues here, I think we're gonna see the 1-1, and we're gonna go into the game 3 if tradition continues. So
yes, sir. Exciting stuff right there. I mean, Dizzy scratching his head. What went on in that last round? Jiggy proving himself as as a really good competitor. I think we are gonna be seeing more games. I'm excited to see El Momo and Big Gabby going back. This is an FTX instant replay for everybody.
You think Dizzy's gonna get eliminated, huh?
I mean, Jiggy,
interesting. It totally depends on how he counters these aquas, or if Jiggy, if Dizzy does change like he has traditionally, if Jiggy stays or changes as well.
I mean, because from the last game, there's a lot of pressure on Jiggy, but regardless, he was able to beautifully take out Dizzy. I'm optimistic. I definitely would love to see Jiggy go up against the other YGG Elite players. And, with what he showed in the last game, yeah, I'm pretty confident that, it might actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I knew it was gonna be really interesting going into that last fight against that bug versus that aqua with that health disparity. I think, had Dizzy not been just a little weak on his bug, I think he was like 100 health down before the 1v1 started. I know the aqua was also poisoned, but it wasn't very much, so I think that ended up playing a key role there.
Yep, totally agree. Shout out to Archer Perez in our chats from YGG Philippines, one of our content creators. Yeah, I'm also a really good shoutcaster. Yeah, what's up, man? I'm looking forward to seeing you. All right, so now on screen it is 0-1 in favor of SuperWhale. One thing to note here, dude, like dude, I really love these artworks that we have.
Me too. The graphics that you guys got done are absolutely amazing.
I mean, at first, so we were actually requesting IRL photos from our players, but more and more avatars started popping out as submissions, and having a full lineup of avatars of NFTs, even
I don't think you're gonna get I don't think just in this space, I don't think you're gonna get everybody to dox themselves.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, to the benefit, dude, it actually like really works out. I love seeing all these full animated lineups, and it just really fits in the whole branding and in the whole movement of the NFT space. But yeah, I mean, really cool stuff happening right there. I mean, how about you, KYROH? So personally, are you also an NFT collector in itself, or are you more focused on NFT projects and NFT games?
I definitely don't think I have the luxury of having enough liquidity to be an NFT like collector or anything like that. I'm really just not that involved with it outside of Axie and a couple other projects. I'm an investor overall into just the crypto ecosystem. I mean, I'm a big proponent of Ethereum and things like that, but no financial advice out there. Really, though, I just love Axie. I love collecting Axies. I'm a big collector archetype. I don't mean to be. I definitely don't have enough money to be, but when I see something that I think is dope and rare, it's like I gotta have it. And
yeah, I totally agree. I totally feel you. Like I myself, I mean, the NFTs that I have are mostly NFT games or blockchain games rather. So yeah, I have. If I exactly am like the founders of SuperWhale right there, who are whales, then maybe I would have been aping up in all these NFT projects coming out. But yeah, I mean, looking really forward to having other games like Axie Infinity coming out here in 2022, and just provide healthier opportunities not only for competitive players but for everyone else in the scene who have been
gamers in general, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I bet like you wouldn't agree more that that NFT games are the dark horse of crypto. It is the perfect timing where we have all these guys locked up at home, waiting for an opportunity, and magic happens, snowballs, and we have Axie Infinity, one of the biggest NFT projects out there, and as actually a game, which is really good for us like gamers at heart. So yeah, jumping into the next game.
I agree. Yeah. Oh man, we have such a big change and a throwback to last season. We have a mirror matchup here. Who could have predicted this? And not only that, but it seems like the bugs are actually staggered too. This is so interesting that we got a mirror here.
I mean, are these guys on the same Discord channel, KYROH?
I mean, I would definitely assume so. I mean, I know that a lot of these guys all talk, so it's dope to see all these bugs. I'm a huge fan of bug gameplay. I love it. This mirror is going to be hilarious to watch. I think this is literally a coin flip. Like, they both probably are laughing their asses off right now.
For sure. Like, everyone at home, like, are in it for a show tonight. I mean, a double discard. Man, a third glance Thunderclaw, a pretty good dynamic that we've seen, especially in the higher elo matches in the past few seasons, and is making a comeback now again as we go forward with the esports scene and Axie Infinity. And Dizzy, Jiggy, both really good players, and actually have basically, if we were talking Magic cards or Pokemon, they're basically open the same booster packs from the same series on the same deck. That's what's happening right now.
Right, basically, yeah.
I mean, how about you, KYROH? Like you mentioned that you had a background from Apex Legends. So how does that translate into Axie Infinity?
I think just being a gamer in general is where most of the translation comes from. I don't know if it's necessarily from Apex specifically for, FPS coming into a card game. A lot different strategy and way of thinking about things whenever you're playing. I think that, yeah, like I said, it's just general game knowledge
Yeah.
from everything just translates more than anything.
Yeah, I think being
And just like the way you think about like gaming and the
exactly.
space of gaming. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, being a competitive player in general, you do have that game IQ. That
Right.
it comes very rarely. It just need a lot of hard work and persistence and determination, but it's something that you can develop. So all of the aspiring esports players out there, you just keep grinding, man. Like that's what I would say. I mean, I'm not the best guy to get advice from competitively with Axie Infinity, but it happens, and I'm pretty sure like these big players would share the same sentiment that game IQ is
I
something
think
that
all
you
of
can
them would
develop.
just say just get started in any way you can. It's so early in this space that you definitely can benefit from that alone from it just being early. I'm so curious to see how this game turns out. Like
For
I
sure.
want them to just get started right now.
For sure, I would want Dizzy. I would want Dizzy to win this game so that we just see a third game from both of these guys, and maybe I don't know, maybe another mirror match. Like these guys are messing with us at this point.
It would be nice to see it go game 3 and then we get another mirror. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Hopefully not a triple plant from both of these guys. But here we go. Entering the first round, we have Jesse going all out. Both of them
You're gonna
using...
see this is gonna be an interesting gameplay because of bugs. It's spam all your cards, so
Yeah.
we're gonna see like every card get played almost every round, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not to mention, no value out of that second, third glance. All cards are taken out. We have Dizzy taking out Jiggy's frontliner. He won't go down without a fight. No cards entering round 2.
No cards entering round 2. It looks like it's already going to be at the heavy advantage of Dizzy though.
Yeah. I mean, he's able to take out Jiggy's frontliner before entering the second round, though none of them have cards, as we mentioned, going into round 2 with 2 energy each and a bit of a card draw right there. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it's all going to be up to card draws here, honestly.
Totally agree. There you have it. Jiggy, Dizzy going in for the damage, 139 with a bug splat to follow up,
Wow.
181. Ow.
Wow. He's just going to save the next turn and watch his front die.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I mean, a good save by Jiggy right there, going into a round 4 with 4 energy. Though I'm pretty sure like Dizzy's front line will be going down in the next round. I'm gonna be seeing a 2v1 maybe in, I don't know, round 4, round 5.
Yeah, I think this is heavily favored in Dizzy's side unless something drastically changes here.
Ooh. Fortunately,
So
that's
is
not
this
gonna be enough.
even enough? It is just enough. And that is not enough to even kill the front line, I don't think. No, it is not. So yeah, this is heavily in favor of Dizzy now.
Dizzy using that balloon pop utility to take out the stun from his backliner, and we still had his midliner with a bit of a brick roll, baby brick roll, 143 shield, missing that last hit, and Dizzy with a counter attack going in for the third glance. Ooh.
If those balloons are gonna disappear. And now we see everybody just top decking again. I think that it would be very difficult for Jiggy to pull this off. It's over.
Yep, that's a GG for you, my
That
friend.
is GG. So we are going into the the best of 3. It is 1-1. We are going into a game 3.
Yep. Here we go. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, yeah, would have loved. I mean, love really. I mean, I'm happy that Dissy was able to take that round, and game three just more exciting for everyone here, especially the viewers at home.
Right. Super
So
Whale is now on the on match point. If we lose here, we are out of it. So all up to Jiggy to turn it up right now.
yeah, well, very wonderful performance from Dissy right there. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to the next game. Everyone at home, big shout outs to you guys. As I mentioned, please do share the stream publicly on your profiles or retweet. It's our first time actually, so shout out to the Twitter community from YGG watching right now. It's our first time streaming on Twitter, and yeah, definitely check that out. And we're back for the FTX instant replay. Let's go.
The big yak die there, and then now we just have this bug get taken out, and in this 2v1, Jiggy just doesn't stand much of a chance solely just because of that fish snack. I mean, one fish snack just breaks his 4-card combo and basically makes him lose all opportunity of winning this game. It's super interesting to see mirror matchups go up against each other, and basically it just come down to card draw. Like that's essentially what it was. Dizzy just was the lucky competitor to get the better card draw out of the two. That like just as easily could have gone in Jiggy's favor had the cards been reversed. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Totally agree. I mean, at this point, like both of these players are probably, used to jumping into matches on the arena with opponents with the same lineup. So, not much of a surprise for both players right here. I totally agree. It's going to be the luck of the draw at the end of the day. But hopefully, I don't know, like, will these two players be changing it up? Are we going to be seeing, I don't know, a fresh lineup from Dissy, or is he going to be sticking to his double discard strategy in the past game? So, Jiggy, now the ball is in your court. It's up to you. Are you going to be taking that 3-point shot, or are you going to be running with it and going in for the dunk? That's the question. But ladies and gentlemen, beautiful games showed by both teams right here. So regardless of what happens in the next game, a big shout outs to everyone at home. YGG Elite, big props. SuperWhale and of course KYROH, big thank you for joining us tonight. But the game is not over. We have Jiggy out for vengeance for Spam and Rise and Meat Value.
I think we'll see a cattail plant or dust get brought out from Jiggy here. Or maybe even Dizzy, low key. I mean, you might see both of them pull it out in preparation for those bugs, but who knows, man? I mean, I cannot imagine being in either of their positions trying to figure out what I would want to be playing in this last matchup. So,
no, yeah.
It goes.
Yeah, I think you answered
I'm ready for them to get into it. I need them to, I want to see what they play.
No, yeah, I think you perfectly answered it right there. I was about to ask you, if you were in Jiggy's place, like, what would you be bringing out to the table? But yeah, definitely, a lot of pressure.
I feel like it's got to be that cattail. I mean, cattail is just so meta right now, especially against a comp like what he just played against. So we'll see.
I mean, for the past seasons, like Cattail, let's talk about it a bit more. I mean, it's pretty underrated. We've seen, these top ranking players slowly bringing it out in the last 2 seasons, and now, it's a meta. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious.
You're even seeing double Cattail now. Like, people love those card draws, and I mean, with the meta shifting so much from the old days of where it was like you used to have a 400 damage axie and then an energy gain axie with like 2 0 cards on a team. Now it's every single axie needs minimum 1 0 card, and all those card draws will just help with playing those 0 cards. And like the reason why people are the game went from being very, very predictable to players being less predictable because of 0 cards, and I think that that is why they got adopted so much.
Totally agree. Really great value about from these 0 cost cards. I mean, though, like KYROH, how about you? Like, when you are in the arenas, so what is often your strategy when you're trying to grind up the ranks? Like, what do you usually have in the back?
Just win. Don't lose. Don't suck. Everybody out there, just get good. If you can't just win, just figure it out. Like, please. Like, no, I mean, usually if I'm doing bad, I literally just spend money I shouldn't and buy a new axie. So that's usually my strategy.
I mean, what are your...
I just...
go ahead.
I mean, I usually just I'll experiment until I find a team usable enough, and then I'll get tired of it and give it away on a scholarship, and then do it all over again.
I mean, yeah, it's really great advice, man. Like, I think that's what usually happens, like, for all those theory crafters out there. Yeah, I mean, test it out. You know, if it works, like, use it. If it doesn't, like, you know, maybe train your scholars how to use it, like, switch it up with the other axes that you have in the bag, and, like, who knows, right? I mean, pretty interesting story, like, from my end. So I had this scholar who's its first time playing Axie Infinity. I give her this team that I have for all my other scholars, not even passing 1,500 MMR, and this new player out of nowhere, she a female, and dude, she hit 2,000, and all of
Let's
my
go.
and all of my scholars just started asking her for tutorials. Like, dude, just freaking train us, because Sedano couldn't train us for shit.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah, nah,
I mean,
feel it.
but you know, the funny story is, when I asked this caller of mine, you know, how are you doing it? So she actually like shows us a notebook. You know, she actually writes down everything, like from the energy, from the cards, her mistakes, just reviews her game. You know, I mean, so it doesn't really, at the end of the day, you know, if you're really in it to win it, then you are going to be getting an advantage, and you're going to be getting value out of your team no matter what. There you go.
Okay, so we are in here with round 3, and so game 3, we are seeing that beautiful looking bird come out from Jiggy. That is I love the look of the bird. So that is that is just an Elijah bird that we have seen. We have a sleep plant in the middle, that mosquito cactus, Biden's Hatsune. That is a sleep build, and then we have the super whale, go to beach, cattail, sandal plant, and then it is against Dizzy's signature comp that he was running earlier today, which is that Rice Goda 39 speed beast, the Reflectile, and then the Bone Sail Cattail disguise zigzag plant. So a very interesting lineup overall.
Yeah, actually, you know, I haven't seen Hairjagger in this whole game. I mean, in this whole episode until now, if I'm not mistaken. So we are going to be seeing a bit of a few flying carrots later on, and a bit of action from there. And I know, a blood taste, prickly trap, cleanse scent, and leak. Ooh, actually, also cleanse scent.
This is a great plant build. This plant has been relevant for like 3 seasons now. It's a lot of damage, a lot of shield, and good heal value. So
Definitely. I mean, now we also have Cattail, Bug Splat, Wooden Stab. What are your thoughts on Wooden Stab over Cactus?
I've always been a beach supporter over cactus personally. I'm not a big cactus fan.
Okay. How about, I mean, okay, so how about, let's say, you know, switch it up instead of Wooden Stab or Cactus. How about Branch Charge? I mean, it's a beast card. You're going to be dealing damage against a plant, and, you know, a bit of chance of a
It
critical.
totally depends on the cards around it. I think it's definitely usable for like up to like around 1800 MMR probably.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, actually, that's what I've been breeding for the scholars that I have right now. But yeah, I totally agree with you, and it's a bit challenging, when you go up against all these other new metas in the higher elo. But
I think
yeah.
DPS plants are definitely viable. I think people are sticking to the sandal and things like that because of the higher shield value. I think most people just stay away from Little Branch in general because of the cards glitch where you have to have the 2 plant cards instead of just 1. So I mean, it's still not bad though. I mean, it's definitely usable. That used to be a very popular build, was Little Branch with like Biden's and all that.
Yeah. Interesting. So we are seeing again this Reflectile from Dizzy back in action. Tiny Swing, yeah, gotta watch out for that. Definitely, but we still have that Elijah Bird from Dizzy staring down, waiting for that revenge into YGG Esports. And yeah, looking forward to this game because it is 1-1. And whoever wins this round, whoever loses this round will be eliminated. There we go.
So we're finally seeing some action here. In round 1, we see the double cactus, a beach come through, and we have the cattail and disguise from Dizzy.
All right, let's go. We have Dizzy down to 115 HP for his frontliner. A bit of a trouble right here. No cards in his hand to put up a defense. Though he does have 4 energy, and will be entering round 3 with 6 compared to Jiggy with 0.
Right, so 0 to 4 energy too, which is like going into the next round, we're gonna see that 6 energy versus the other side, and it's just gonna be a big disparity here. We're going to see probably some of these beast cards come out to burst this plant down. We do. We see no energy that's going to be taken from these. Again, he is just missing with these Godas these Rices all over today, unfortunately. We do get the 2v2. It's going to be the 2 energy to the 4 energy next turn. So we're going to see... we're going to see... hoping we see the Beast draw here. Otherwise, I'm curious whether or not there's going to be enough bird damage to kill this Beast before the Beast ever gets to even go against this plant.
Yeah, totally agree. We do have the plan a bit of a disadvantage against the Beast, though he did use most of his all of his cards in the past round. So I'm not quite sure. Will he be getting a triple Beast draw right there? Unfortunately not. Still getting those 2 energy manipulation cards. I'm not sure how that's going to be playing out. We have a Jiggy with a balloon and Dishy. Still no value, nada.
Yep. We get the balloon with oh man, the double. Oh, am I behind you? I think I might be behind you.
I think yeah, you're good. We're in round 4 going in. Dishy's a Beast.
Okay, yeah.
247.
The Beast is a little hurt here. Okay, so we have 2 eggshells from the draw currently. I'm curious on what Jiggy will draw. If Jiggy draws a balloon, I think it is enough to kill the Beast. If he doesn't draw the balloon, I think it puts him in last stand, and that could get pretty hectic for him, because if he does draw Jaguar, he'll be able to go... Well, actually, it doesn't matter. But he'll still just be able to get a lot of damage in on that plant, which is all he needs to do. If he even gets, like... I'm pretty sure if he can get the plant down to, like, 150, he will easily be able to. That balloon hits him, though, so he's going to be stunned. And then this kills him. So he's just going to... So Dizzy is just focusing on stacking energy to try to just get through this plant with the tiny dinos, it looks like.
Yeah, round 6, and we are going to be seeing the tiny dino in action. Jiggy going in for the balloon. Here we go.
The bird is going to take a lot of damage here, just through anything that... Oh, actually, the Hatsune from the Scaly Spoon, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt Dizzy a lot.
Yeah,
oh, no. Jiggy only uses 1 balloon here, so he just misses the Bulwark. He's not going to get the kill here.
Definitely. Oof.
We're going to see Jiggy heal up here.
Okay, a double Mosquito from Jiggy, bringing his HP back to 200. And yeah, we do get a bit of a reflex. Though, yeah, as expected, like, Jiggy is still standing, and it's a 2v1 entering round 8.
Right, this is not good for Jiggy because, oh, and that crit too. Oh, he is going to get the energy here, though, from that. And then now he dies from the factor. So Dizzy is going to bow out here. We are going to see the first win from the SuperWhale side, and we are going to go into a game 4.
Let's go! All right.
If Jiggy can make the reverse sweep happen, let's see who gets to go next from the YGG side. I'm curious. Do you think it's going to be Momo?
I'm really not sure, but like both of these guys, made it to the qualifiers for the Air Championships in Vegas. But regardless, I am gonna be same with you. I'm gonna be seeing these guys in action for the first time. But yeah, everyone at home, you guys are in for a treat because Jiggy is back with the revenge. And he's at it mad, and he wants to win. We have Big Gabby going up against Jiggy for the next game.
Momo is being saved for last. That's interesting.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys are in for a treat, as I mentioned. Jiggy, beautiful performance right there. Dishy, a bit of a conundrum. Was stuck with his last Axie. Unfortunately, got disabled. I think we're going to be seeing that in the replay. If he did have all of his cards, it might have been a different story. But yeah, regardless, Dishy, props to you for being able to take out the first 2 players from SuperWhale.
That double Mosquito probably ended up changing the entire game from there. That double Mosquito gave him about 200 health back, and he was able to hold the plant for another 2 turns there.
Yeah, totally agree. FTX instant replay, here you have it, guys. And Tiny Catapult, unfortunately, unusable for Dishy. Not to mention, we still have the Balloon Pops. A bit of an annoying, card right there. Especially in this point in time for Dishy.
Right.
Ooh.
Give me just 1 second.
All right. Let's go. Yeah, Jesse putting up a really good fight. Unfortunately, you know, Jiggy means business. We have the flying carrot going in, and also an egg bomb, and plus the fear that goes for the critical. Crazy. Oof. The double cactus dealing some serious damage right there. And yeah, going back to the brackets for everyone who just jumped in late. So we have Big Babby who will be going up against Jiggy for the next game. So what's going to be happening here is if Jiggy gets to take out Big Babby, he needs 2 wins. All he needs is 2 wins for him to go up against El Momo, and that's going to be a reverse sweep, which everyone really loves seeing in the YGG Managers Cup. But yeah, looking at the brackets, let's go back a bit of a backtrack. So we have our winner for tonight going up against Loot Squad in round 2. They will be joining all our other titans in this tournament. We have Axie Global, Meditate, Axie GG, Got Skills, Levox Esports, and of course our co-presenter Axie Alerts PH.
Hey, moving very close into the semis of this tournament. We're getting there. Guys are
for sure
going to be winding down here soon.
So yeah, everyone at home, shout out to everyone who's tuned in tonight. So make sure to like and share the stream if you guys want to join our giveaway. So we are going to be giving out one YGG swag box. So that includes, as I mentioned, a YGG bomber jacket, YGG caps, and also the YGG mugs. So everyone make sure that your profiles are on public so that our moderators can browse through all of those who shared and pick you guys if you are lucky enough. But yeah, I'm excited to see the next game. Going back here to the matchups, we have Big Gabby
versus Jiggy is going to be a good one. I'm curious what Big Gabby pulls out for the team comps, and I want them to get started right now, please.
Yes, go. So reading through,
let's force them to get into the game right now.
Yeah, we have the SuperWhale Twitch saying reverse OCV. Blake says, oh my god. And shout out to Sammy is Mexi, me want hoodie. Yeah, of course. So yeah, shout out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you're talking about my hoodie or KYROH's right here, but yeah, shout out to
the YGG one.
Shout out to Axu Evo. So the hoodie that I'm wearing right now is actually from Axu Evo. So they're our streamer, they're our streamer group within YGG, so it's a sub guild inside YGG, and all of the scholars within Axu Evo are actually streamers and content creators. So yeah, definitely do check them out. Shout out to Axu Evo Delphi for sending me this sick, Fred Perry with my I don't know. It says Sedano YGG. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but yeah.
Nice.
That's nice. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, so I am in the same uniform as KYROH right here, hoodie plus cap. I am yet to get my glasses. I have the worst eyesight, but I can't help but notice, KYROH. So on your banner, like right behind you, I see that there is that crown with the Eye of Horus. Is it the Eye of? Right. Is this the left one or the right one? Is it the Eye of Ra?
No, so it's the Eye of Horus, and in the middle of it, it's a custom design where in the middle of the Eye of Horus, the eye is actually the globe. So I always thought that was like
interesting. Yeah, dude, I would have loved to get this logo from you. But yeah, speaking of the game, let's go.
On in, yeah. So we see Jiggy pulling out the Reflectile, and this aqua that is usually used in the double aquas with the famous caterpillars Goda cattail sandal plant. Literally mirror matching Big Gabby here, and then we see the sleet plant in the middle, and then that tri-feather bird in the back. So an interesting build. I actually think, I think if Big Gabby can keep the cactus plant alive going into the 2v1, then it's a W. But if Gabby doesn't, and it ends up being that 1v1, then that bird is dead.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I think this is the second time that I've seen this plan. Not sure. Did they send it to each other?
Imagine.
But yeah, Jiggy, I mean, staring down Big Gabby, and he wants the W. He wants the revenge for Super Whale right here. But Big Gabby not going down without a fight. Can't wait to see how these two players actually get in front of each other. We've seen how Jiggy plays. I'm yet to see how Big Babby does his thing. But yeah. Pretty interesting bird right here also for Big Babby. Triple threat. Okay, well, let's see.
Right. It's actually one of my favorite cards. Whenever you pair it with the last one, it's a guaranteed double hit, which is super nice.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, super nice card, nice ability. I like that bird a lot.
I've also been seeing a lot of Grub Surprise very recently.
Yeah,
Um,
Pupa and Twintail have both been extremely popular in Mechs bugs
Mhm.
because of that skill change that happened last season. It's
Mhm.
been super good.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Grub Surprise have Stench prior, or am I talking about something
I
else?
think you're possibly thinking
Poofling.
of something else. I'm not just before
Okay.
my time.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, we still have this, Reflectile this time around from Jiggy in his backline.
Yeah, I'm curious on who's going to decide to make the first move onto the other plant, or rather Dusk.
Yep, definitely. I mean, pretty cool to see like both frontliners as Dusks. Yeah, almost exactly. I mean,
Very
literally a
interesting
mirror
too,
match.
because you have both of the opposite, like they have the same ears, but they have opposite
Yeah.
colored eyes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I can't wait for the Origins update whenever the gameplay, like right here, this space, isn't just filled with like us just speculating on what the players are choosing. I
yeah.
can't wait until we're like watching live action what the players are doing because I'm just not a fan of having to wait like 2 minutes, 3 minutes
Yeah.
for players to go, and then
Like it would have been pretty cool like if we had a mini game that we could, jump on in while waiting for the first two rounds, but we're yet to see that. What are your thoughts on the ears and the eyes? Um, you
Well,
know,
I'm so curious on how it's going to affect everything. I think everybody's super speculating on purity, and I'm curious on because runes and charms are the things that that are going to matter for all this. I'm curious on how chop suey axes or different axes that have different parts are going to be affected. So we see we're in round two. We got a save out of round one. Both players have 3 energy going into the next round. We see a lot of cards sitting here on the table for Jiggy here with these Arcos. This is a lot of damage that you could put in if he so chose to. I'm curious. You only have the only energy manipulation you have on either team is
yeah.
those Godas. So
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, so we only have the cattail from Big Babby's plant drawn in the second round actually. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how long these guys will be lasting unless they start to draw their cards to put up a bit of a shield. Though we are yet to look out for Big Babby's bird. Still waiting for that full stack to deal enough damage to take out hopefully the front line of Jiggy and yeah, get over and yeah, get to that second guy in the lineup of Jiggy.
All right, so we're finally seeing some action here. We got the double Piranha, followed by a Goda, Sandal, and a Cattail to do medium damage into this Dusk, followed by a Sandal to basically even out the health. But these double Kataros,
Ooh,
since it is a Dusk, that is so good. That is
beautiful.
so good with that double energy.
Beautiful.
I feel like the energy manipulation is going to heavily favor Jiggy in this matchup, so I think we will end up possibly seeing a victory out of this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Big Babby does have the core advantage, though. I mean, with a double Kotaro from Jiggy in the last round, again, just bringing him up to an upset against Big Babby right here. Both teams, both players thinking on their toes. What's going to be happening next? We are yet to see. And here we go. Some action coming in from the bird of Big Babby going in for that double 119 damage plus the egg bomb to wrap it all up. And, ooh, unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. But yes, we have
But the
Big Babby.
Caterpillar does.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now we're moving back in towards the favor. I mean, I'm not sure where the advantage lies here because of the energy disparities, but we do see the 3v2 here.
Yes, sir. Big Babby with his frontliner down to 38 HP. Though, I mean, even this guy gets taken out. We have a full stack of cards in the hand of his mosquito plant right there. Not to mention, he is going to be dealing a bit of a damage with his prickly trap, and also heals plus the double zero cost cleanse scent right there. We do have that double arco. We do have the double arco, but the question is, will he be getting value out of this going up against Big Babby's bird? So here we go. A bit of an action
Looks
right
like
here.
it. But didn't get the second one off. It depends on whether Big Abby draws the tri-feathers or not. Because this Aqua can die from a 2 energy combo from Big Abby with this bird. If you do Risky Feather plus Tri-Feather, Risky Feather plus Tri-Feather, it would kill it.
Yeah, I mean, the question right here for me is, he does have the Scarab in his pocket. But yeah, I mean, we still have the Mosquito.
If he can get it off before the bird kills him, that's actually really huge for him. But I don't know.
Yeah, pretty
Why
close
is bird
fight.
faster? Because he only used one Arco.
Oh, there you go. So we actually have Jiggy going first again.
Oh wait.
Double Scarab, 135 heal black.
And there is that combo I was talking about.
Ooh. I love the new animations.
Yeah, this will kill him. Yeah, so actually, I think it totally depends on.
Oh.
Well, that only takes out his Scaly Spoon, so that's really not a big deal for him. The bigger deal is whether or not he can kill the plant before he gets the mosquitoes off. And I think unless he draws 2 tiny dinos, this thing is living.
Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting nerf right here for for Cleanse Scent. So, I mean, before the nerf, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. So, that heal is supposed. I mean, that heal debuff is supposed to go away, right? But after it just goes right through, and you still get value out of the Scarab, even with Cleanse Scent, right?
Right.
All right, here we
There
go.
is the double mosquito after the Scarab debuff disappearing from the round. We see him able to at least use it one more time. He gets these off. I don't think this reptile can do enough damage.
Yeah, he's definitely just healing it all back.
Right.
Oof, interesting.
Yeah, without another Scarab, I think this thing has too much shield. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be very close. Oh man. So it's all whether. Oh, the crit! That's gonna change the game. 100%. That's gonna change the game. That's 100% changing the game.
Oh wow.
That crit, it would have killed him. It would have killed him.
Yeet, right there, heal back from the double mosquito, bringing him.
Oh my gosh, that is actually a little tragic. I'm not gonna lie. That is the second game-winning crit from this series today on the side of YGG. It looks like you guys have the plot armor today, not us.
We have the charms on our side at this point,
Right.
but I mean, Big Babby, like, wow, the plant versus a reflectile.
Right, and I figured that if that plant could get into the end part of the game against that reptile, it would win. I'm just surprised that it took a crit for that to happen.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be a clear advantage overall, but that reptile was going to kill it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it lived with what, 16 or 20 health or whatever like that, and that crit definitely was the changer there.
Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting because I myself, I was expecting Big Gabby to go in with just keep healing. I mean, here's the replay. Let's go.
Right, from the FTX instant replay, we see the double tiny dino there, followed by this mosquito here. So we get the double heal, and like this is expected, right? It hits it with the Hatsune. It's still actually technically favored in the reptile's favor here, especially with the damage here. And so this tiny dino gets him in range of just being able to kill him the next round with that 52 health. The first mosquito, that crit right there, as you can see from the 158, had that not hit for that full amount after this next turn here, with only having 2 energy going into this last round, this would have killed.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure. Ouch. Yeah, pretty good heal
That's
right
how
there.
Marvel falls sometimes.
I mean, not to mention like he didn't need for a Blood Moon. I mean, to even pop in. Like if I was the one playing it, I just would have gone like double cactus in the previous round just to deal more damage. But yeah, as you said, it's still in the favor of the Reflectile as always. But pretty essential crit right there for Big Abby. But yeah, a pretty good fight regardless. And yeah, let's see what's gonna be happening.
Curious to see, yeah, like what team changes happen here now. Do they stay the same since Gabby won and Jiggy knows that it was very, very close, or?
Yeah, pretty interesting. So now we have Big Gabby 1-0 in favor of YGG Elite. So now Jiggy has to win. He has to win the next game for SuperWhale to stay in the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if Jiggy takes an L here, SuperWhale will bow out of the tournament. I think that you're gonna see Jiggy pull out his favorite comp for this next match, just to keep us in the mix. But I mean, Jiggy, you need to win. What? Let's see. You need to win 1, 2, 3 in a row plus another 3. You need 6 games in a row, and we can take this home. I mean, you can do it. Let's go. Come on.
I mean, yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure this is an everyday thing for you, Jiggy, in the arenas.
See it happen, man. Get that 6-0 streak going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man.
It's not
give
gonna be.
These players too much time to theory craft in between games. We need to give them like 20 seconds to make swaps. It's like, you pick now.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. So maybe in the next round, what we could do is that 3 minutes, like we bump it down. I mean, we chop it down to, I don't know, 60 seconds and put a shot clock on screen, for everyone at home, to get in on the excitement and the anticipation and the pressure.
Nice.
Exactly, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, yeah, so I was asking about your logo right there, KYROH. So is this your official logo that you use across all platforms? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, I've definitely used it as like my official logo for quite some time. I don't really do that much like logo branding or things around my logo specifically, but yeah, it's been what I've used for a while. About it as just like, a tape or a tapestry for like the background.
Awesome.
It just says my name and everything. I've always loved that thing.
So I'm pretty curious because I myself, I actually have the Eye of Horus tattooed on my arm right there.
Oh, dope.
There, I mean,
dope.
How the fuck there? How do I show it? What the hell? There you go.
Oh, I can see it. Yep.
So there you have it. Right. So I mean,
I'm really big into mythology in general. I've always been a really big fan of like Greek, Roman, Egyptian, Nordic mythology.
Same.
Yeah, I've done a lot of reading about that kind of stuff, and that stuff always interested me. And then there's just like some music artists that I listen to that talk a lot about a lot of that stuff and that symbology and things like that. And I thought that like whenever I was messing around with some of my things, like I was making the crown and was deciding what to put on it, and I like KYROH has to do it. KYROH has to do with the pyramids, and like because KYROH in Egypt, and so you got all that like reference there, and so there's a lot that like kind of goes in.
And I love the spin with the globe inside the eye.
Right. That was like my own personal touch on it. I was like, all right, I need something that like makes it unique to me, and having like you're opening up. Like I have a like a transition where it like closes the eye and opens up and it shows like the globe. I always thought that was super cool. So.
Pretty awesome. Like I hope I don't get like IP some IP violations if I decide to make the eyeball of my tattoo into a globe. But it's already shaded.
I think you'd be good. I think you'd be good.
I mean, it's already shaded though. If it wasn't shaded, I probably would have copied that for sure. But yeah,
Sammy,
go ahead.
If you want to call me a nerd, I will ban you from the chat. But anyways, we are here in the mix for the next round. So let's see if Jiggy can defend here. Pulls out the Elijah Bird. I about said Indes Bird, my bad. Elijah Bird, and then the Sleep Plant, and then the SuperWhale plant as well. And then you have on the opposite side of Big Gabby, you have the Reflectile, you have the Aqua, and then you have the Goda Dusk. I actually think the team comp is favored in Big Gabby's side here. Let's see.
Yep,
You thought
definitely.
it is Indes Bird? Is it Indes Bird or is it Elijah Bird? I'm pretty sure it's one of the two. I can't remember.
Yeah, either I'm actually clueless on this as well.
I'm pretty sure it's. I don't know. It's one of the two at this point. Like, what are you gonna do?
But yeah, I mean, we see that double plant back in action for Jiggy right there. I mean, something that we've seen in the previous games. I think, yeah, I mean, something that SuperWhale has been, something that SuperWhale has in their arsenal. But also, we have a big Gabby, still with his reflectile on the back end, staring down Jiggy's front liner, ready for some action. We are going to be seeing a lot of damage coming in from his mid liner with that Arco, and I mean, pretty useful utility right there. That's going to be his energy gain from the tail slap. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm excited, to figure out how Jiggy actually plays his energy. Interesting.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited to see how both of them do this. With that the reflectile in the back from a Gabby, you have the Kataro that can't be used against that plant, which is just unfortunate. But we'll see if this Aqua gets the right card draws to be able to burst through these first two plants. Because if it does, that reflectile is in deep trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, not
sure.
the reflectile. That bird is in deep trouble.
Yeah, 100%. Now we are counting down to the last few games of episode 8 for the YGG Managers Cup, and if everyone at home was able to catch all the other episodes, so yeah, this is how it actually works. So it's actually a team deathmatch, King of the Hill type of strategy, type of a mechanic. So the losing team gets to pick who they will be sending up against the previous winner, and in this case, Jiggy is on the road for a reverse sweep for YGG, and yeah, Big Gabby has to take this win if they want to get to the next round. Though for SuperWhale, he still has another opponent waiting on the bench for YGG Elite. But we have really good players, we have really good teams, we have, I'd say, some already consider them as celebrities in the scene just because of the activity and the presence in the whole competitive circuit for Axie Infinity. And I am learning a lot. I definitely am learning a lot from these two players and all the other players that we've had tonight.
Right. I've definitely been just interested in seeing all these new comps that we're seeing. Going into round 1 though, we have the balloon coming out, we have the sandal coming out, and then we have the double cactus coming out. Just straight up damage straight into Big Abby's lineup here. That was quite a bit of damage. We're gonna see 5 energy to 2 in the next round. So.
Yeah, we have Jiggy with a double carrot in the pocket. Is it going to be flying? Is it going to be sent flying to Big Babby? That's the question. But he is down to his last 7 HP. That just won't be hanging in any longer. Now he is going in. I'm not quite sure the decision on that one, but is he going to be getting value out of those cards?
He does indeed get the value out of the Dusk card. Okay. So that's nice. And the plant is gone now, so Gabby's actually going into the next round at an advantage here, especially with the fact that kind of even the turn actually he can kind of get an advantage going into the next round after losing this Dusk.
Interesting. I mean, Jiggy, a bit of missing him by an inch there. So, I'm interested to see. I don't think he's gonna put up anything anymore. He doesn't even have the cards for it. So yeah, finally taking out Big Babby's frontliner with that flying carrot from Jiggy's bird, and also his midliner going for the double Arco and the Scarab. Oof.
Right, and that Scarab's gonna hurt him bad, especially being this low. He's going into next round with 3 energy too, so he can still burst this plant, even with that shield that he has.
I mean, a couple of cards.
I think this is as good as done unless Jiggy just pulls out a miracle here.
Yeah, we need a Hail Mary coming from Jiggy if he wants to stay in the game. Going in for the full damage plus the balloon pop. Finally taking out Big Babby's mid laner. It's a 1v1.
I don't see any way that unless he gets mad crits here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Need to be crazy crits.
Let's go. Double carrot. Let's go. Double flying carrot, let's go!
Get to use the attack. And it looks like SuperWhale bows out there. What a good matchup.
Wow.
Those were some great matches. Those are some great matches. You cannot be
Wow.
mad about that. That was a great
Oof.
viewing experience. I loved the format. I'm super happy to have gotten the chance to cast
Sure.
over top of these two incredible and very talented esports organizations. I'm very happy to just be involved with stuff like this that is going on. So it's super
sure.
dope that this happened, man.
I mean,
Great
yeah, dude.
games.
Not gonna lie, dude. I got tired. I felt like I was the one playing in these games. I felt like spending 40 energy or even 60 energy on arena for the past 2 hours. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, Cairo, dude, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us
Sure.
tonight. But yeah, before we go, we're just gonna be going on a bit of a backtrack for what happened
Sure.
previously. And yeah, so everyone, please do stay tuned because we are gonna be announcing the winners from the YGG emoji contest. So this is a campaign that we launched in December and wrapped up just this month. So if you guys had submissions, then you definitely stay because you are going to be finding out if you are one of the lucky winners off the 300 YGG tokens. But yeah, here we go. So, okay. Unfortunately, SuperWhale is out of the YGG Managers Cup, and YGG Elite will be moving on to the next round.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's for sure, definitely. I mean, crazy stuff happening right here. So congrats again to YGG Elite. This is actually like their first, this is their debut, I would say. This is their debut for the competitive circuit officially on YGG socials. So this is the first time like our community is seeing them in action. But yeah, like really good stuff right there. Beautiful plays from Dissy, and not to mention Big Gabby also like wrapping that up. And of course we have El Momo yet to show yet to expose himself to the community with what he has. But yeah, regardless, been a really good matchup against SuperWhale. Really close fight. So now we have YGG Esports going up against Loot Squad in the second round. So
That'll be a fun one.
yeah, so after round 8, after this round, we are going to be taking a break. So instead of doing it, we are still going to be having the shows every other Sunday, but we will be skipping the next episode in preparation and also for scheduling all the other participants. So these guys, these guys are really busy, and we want to level it up. So we're going to be changing it up. We're going to be having new rules. We were going to spice things up definitely for all of our players. But yeah, regardless. So again, thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. And but as we mentioned, all the proceeds of the YGG Managers Cup will be donated to select charities in the Philippines, including the Gentle Hands Orphanage. And the winning team will be awarded with the YGG Managers Cup Season 1 NFT trophy that also comes with a physical token as well. But again, KYROH, I mentioned I really appreciate you guys hopping on and helping us out with the cause for this first ever charity tournament of YGG. And in the future, if you guys have any other programs that we could hop on, please do let us know. We would love to go full support for SuperWhale.
For sure. Thank you again for including us in this. Thank you for hosting the tournament. Thank you for having me. Everybody that came through to watch, thank you guys for coming through. GG's to the YGG boys. I appreciate y'all, and great day in Lunacia for some esports, man.
Yeah, for sure. So again, until next time, my name is John Sedano, Community Marketing Manager of Yield Games. It's at John Sedano NFT across the board. And how about you, KYROH?
KYROH across the board as well. Just at KYROH on all socials. I appreciate it, guys, and thank you.
All right, see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Peace.
All right, Sedano, I'm hopping out of here, man.
All right, thanks, man. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Hey, good to meet you, man.